Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are here to bring you another Age of Sigmar battle report. That's right, I do have my grubby mitts on the new Orc War Clans book and I'm going to take the Bonesplittterz out for a test run today. But there's another shade of green on the battlefield, Nick. What are you bringing?
The Maggotkin of Nurgle have returned! Pestilence galore!
Absolutely. So this is going to be a bit of a slug. I'm going to try and see how the Bonesplittterz fare with the new book. Because I'm not 100% convinced by them at the minute, but we're trying out, right?
And I'm bringing the Maggotkin, and that's because I want to use them before I lose some of the rules, because, you know, they're tempting us and they're saying that chaos is around the corner, so...
It's the rumour, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, shall we get to the game and to the lists?
Definitely.
Let's do this. And of course, if you do end up liking the video, please like and subscribe. It does actually really help the channel out. And of course, you can become a patron if you really like us to go that extra mile. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm running the Maggotkin of Nurgle today. We'll be playing the Munificent Wanderers, which is the demon list, which is going to be ignoring -1 rend, along with other useful mechanics in the game. The grand strategy for me today will be Beastmaster, so basically Phil has to destroy my Maggotkin and the big guy. The big guys, folks. For leaders today, we have the Lord of Afflictions. He'll have the command trait One Last Gift for that lovely aura of 6's Immortal Wounds, and he'll have the artifact from the faction as well, which is the Macleod, which makes him a bit better at killing heroes. Continuing with my big boys, we have the Grey Unclean one. He'll have the bell and the flail because the bell is just so good to help me move around. He'll be having the spell Flaming Weapon. I'm going to try that out today to see if he can be a bit more killy. And also he'll have the artifact of power, the Endless Gift, which has been changed, but it's still just as good, flavorful. We also have a Sloppity Piper because he's really good with the Plague Bearers, and I'm running a lot of Plague Bearers today. The Maggotkin from the Maggotkin of Nurgle will be having the Blaze of Putrefaction spell because it's so good, and as I said before, I'm running a lot of Plague Bearers today, so I'm going to be getting those mortal wounds, extra attacks, and all of that. And for battle line today, we have a unit of reinforced Pascal Blight Lords to go with the Lord of Afflictions, and 3 units of Plague Bearers, 2 units of 20 and 1 unit of 10. These are a lot better since the changes in the new book, so I'll be hopefully getting some ignoring rend and extra damage with Sloppity Piper. I did get the Warlord Battalion and the Battle Regiment. So I'll be 5 drops today. 5 drops? Yeah, 5 drops. And I'll be at 1975, so I will get my Triumph, which is inspired, +1 to wound.
Hello, I'm Phil, and today we are running the Bonesplittterz. We're back. Today, we're going to be running them in the Icebone War Clan. Let's get that out of the way. So that means every 6 to wound in melee is a mortal wound instead of normal damage. So it's kind of like a worse venom encrusted weapons. I feel with the Bonesplitterz lack of rend, it actually helps us get through some more armoured opponents. So we're going to give that a bash today. So my grand strategy is hold the line, so I need to keep the battle line alive. Of course, I'm being Bonesplittterz. Most things are battle line in my army, apart from the heroes, maybe a couple of units. So that should be doable, but we still probably might die in droves. We'll have to find out. So then we're moving on. We've got a load of new rules that we'll get to into the game, like all the new stuff, all the new allegiance abilities and all that good stuff. But my leaders, Gobs McSkullsplitter, is back. He will be the general today. He's going to take the command trait Master of Magic from the core rules. What that means is he once per turn can re-roll an unbinding or casting roll, I believe. Might be dispelling as well, not 100% sure on that one. Next, and his spell I will be taking is the Curse of the Wereball, which was the old Brutal Beast Spirit, so it's +1 to hit, run and charge, but if you do cast it on you now, they can no longer shoot, so you cannot cast it on arrow boys. It would be very, very pointless. And then his artifact is Glowing Tats. It's the best one in the book for us, for our heroes, to keep them safe. It gives you +2 to your ward save, so he's effectively always got a 4-up ward save, and then when we war, he'll have a 2-up ward save. He shouldn't be in combat if that's happening. If he is, something's gone horribly wrong. Moving on, I've got a Savage Big Boss as is. He's still got Let Me At Them. And I've got 2 War Docs, both with Glowing Green Tusks spell. So it'll give my boars -2 rend, which is a little bit of armor penetration for the army, which is quite cool, but only on mounts. And of course, they've retained their ritual dances. They are still dancing them out, just loving life. Moving on, so battle line, there's a lot of this. So we've got 1 reinforced unit, well, reinforced twice, unit of Savage Orcs with stickers. They're going to be sitting on an objective somewhere, probably in the centre of the battlefield, hopefully taking the pounding, we'll see. Then we've got 4 units of 5 Savage Boar Boys with stickers. They're going to be running around doing some kind of maybe some hit and run tactics. That's kind of like the plan. We'll see how it kind of plays out in game. So 4 units should get me quite a lot of board control, and it gives me a lot of bodies on the battlefield. I've got 2 units of 10 archers. Their job is just to sit on objectives. They've still got, you know, a fair amount of shots and stuff, but they can just maybe blink some wounds off during the game. Again, we're just kind of gonna roll with it and see how it feels when we play the game. And so we'll do this together. We'll see if Bonesplitterz are still kind of like we've got some punch to us. We'll see. And I've got 1 unit of Savage Boar Boy Maniacs. They're there because I needed the points. But they might be able to do some damage. They've got less attacks now, but they get +1 attack on the charge, so, you know, little column A, little column B. And we've got 1 unit of Big Stabbers. Just, they have been nerfed. They have. But they're still 2 damage, they're still -2 rend, they're still 3 attacks each. They still got the final fling. They can no longer run and charge anymore though. Bit of a shame. But that's okay, I suppose they can just kind of be a reactionary unit. And I think that is 2,000 points on the nose. Oh, it is on the nose because I've got Ravnak's Gnashing Jaws. So an endless spell to throw out, because I'm still going to have quite a lot of spellcasters. So if I find myself needing to cast something, or one of the War Docs has cast Glowing Green Tats, then the other one can try Ravnak's Gnashing Jaws. Just to throw it out there. It's a big old base, it's going to get in the way, it might do some mortal wounds, but it's something Nick will have to deal with. So 2,000 points. Icebone War Clan, Gobsman Exposed, Skull Splitter, coming at ya.
The Great Excelsius Road is littered with the remains of convoys preyed upon by the beasts of the wild. Often, supplies remain amidst the ruins, and so 2 armies have arrived, each seeking to carry off the abandoned loot before their enemy can do the same. Each player picks an army and then they roll off. The winner chooses which player is the attacker and which is the defender. The defender sets up the battlefield first, they set up objectives as shown on the map, then they set up the recommended number of terrain features shown on the pitch battle table. The attacker picks which territory is their territory. The other territory is the defender's territory. The players then alternate deployment starting with the attacker. Each player must set up their units wholly within their territory, more than 9 from the opponent's territory. From the start of the second battle round, after you score victory points, you can raid 1 objective that you control that is wholly within your opponent's territory and that is within 1 inch of a friendly unit. If you do so, you score 1 additional victory point. The objective is then removed from play. You cannot raid more than 1 objective per turn. Each player scores victory points at the end of their turn as follows. Score 1 if you control 1, score 1 if you control 2, score 1 if you control more objectives, and score 2 if you've completed your battle tactic you picked that turn. And each player scores 3 victory points at the end of the battle if they completed their grand strategy. The battle lasts for 5 battle rounds, and the player with the most victory points at the end of the battle wins a major victory. And here we are deployed for Feral Foray. I have already done all the tireless trackers needed to do. I had 13 units, and you can round up, so I've moved 7 units up to 5 inches to spring an ambush on the unsuspecting Nurgle. Although with their forces amassed, they don't look that unsuspecting. I think they knew it was coming. So we'll go through my deployment. We've got Arrow Boys and Maniacs, 2 units of Savage Boar Boys that tireless track it up. Savage Boys in the centre that also use tireless trackers. Got the War Doc and the Savage Big Boss providing their buffs. At the back here we've got the Big Stabbers and Gobsman Skull Splitter. Then moving on to my right flank, pretty much everything here tireless tracked apart from the War Doc, so archers and both units of Boar Boys. Nick, go through your deployments, sir.
Lots and lots of plague bearers, all in the front, apart from these. These are in the back.
Yeah.
Heroes in the centre to provide their buffs and just be more of a central point to go wherever they need to go. And the bugs are at the front. This is the Pusgoyle Blight Lords led by their hero.
Excellent. So, Nick did finish deploying first, so who's going to go first, mate?
After Time's Trackers, it did make me think about going first, because you can push forward, you can get right in that front line, but I think I'm going to want to be retroactive and take the second turn. So it's over to you, Phil.
Nice. Before we do get into the game, though, the mat is provided by Deep Cut Studios. There is a link in the description. Go check them out, and you can get a discount code, which is also in the description. And most tokens we used are provided by Pro Painted Studios. Really awesome tokens, really good guy. So please check him out as well. There's also a discount code, I believe, in the description for him as well. Awesome tokens, yes.
And to start off this day's battle, we will be on the Plague of Misery on the Wheel of Corruption.
And what does that do?
It's reroll battle shock tests for enemy units of a roll of a 1.
Nice. So we'll be out with Bonesplitterz turn 1. Just before we get into the game, I'd like to give a massive shout out to all of our patrons that do continue to support the channel. You are awesome, absolutely awesome. And if you did really like us, there is a link in the description below if you do want to check that out. But yeah, thank you guys, really, really cool. Right, so at the start of my hero phase, I've got to choose my battle tactic. I'm going to do Ferocious Advance. So run 3 units, and it's going to be the Wardock and the 2 units of Boar Boys need to end within 3 of each other, and they all need to run. Cool. Moving on, I have to do a heroic action. So I think this Wardock, sorry, my big boss is going to try and generate a CP on a 4. No, he does not. Nick's
So
got a
you're
heroic
on
action.
2 command points.
2 command points for me.
And I'm on 3, and I will try and do a heroic, what's it called? Heroic
Leadership?
Yeah, leadership. On the Maggotkin.
Nice.
He doesn't get it either.
No, fair enough. Right, so we've got some dancing to do. It's been a while since I've danced. I'm not going to dance on camera because my legs hurt. So
Leg day.
this guy is going to try and do Glyph Dock dance.
Okay.
It's on a 3+. No, fails. Okay,
He doesn't take any
wounds.
damage
No,
from
he
that because
doesn't.
it's not a prayer anymore.
It is not a prayer. So then moving on to this dock, he's going to try Glyph Dock dance again on a 3-up. Yes. +1 save to this front unit of Boar Boys. So they're going to be a bit more armoured. And with their new 5-up save base, they now can have a 4-up. Cool, no longer just a 6-up save, which is really
Not
good.
just skin and pants.
Not just skin and pants. These are orc skin and pants.
Any more hero phase shenanigans?
At the start of the hero phase, I would have to do my big mask, but that's got nerfed kind of significantly, so I'm not going to do it. So no big mask today, so we'll be back with hero phase proper. So, going into hero phase proper, this fellow here is going to try and cast Glowing Green Tusks, a new spell that we have. Let's have a see. I don't think it goes off, but I'll have to check.
It does go off, folks.
Hell yeah.
So the Great Unclean will try and dispel that.
Yep.
Which
He does.
He does.
Just. So that's his spell. Going on to this Wergog Prophet / Gubsmux Goldsplitter, he's going to try and cast Power of the Werebore. Let's have a look. Awesome naming. It fails. Okay, nice. It's fine. This is fine.
His second spell?
His second spell, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him yet. So let's move over to this fellow, who is going to try and cast an Arcane Bolt, I guess, because I haven't got any room for the Ravnax yet. So yeah, Arcane Bolt. Wait, he's charging up an Arcane Bolt. You might as well. Are you sure? You might as well try and unbind, I guess.
Well, yeah, I guess I could try it. I'll try it with the Glotkin, but I don't really care that much about it.
You do?
I stop it with double 6s. Box cards, folks.
Nice.
That's the only double 6s I'm going to roll the whole game, so stay tuned, folks.
True. And then apart from that, my last spell with the Gubs, I think, is just he's gonna not do. Oh, guys, no. Do you mind, Nick, if I go back and re-roll his casting attempt because he's got Master of Magic?
Yes, I do. I don't know. Yes, I do.
I will allow
it.
No problem.
I will allow it.
Okay, thank you. So this is Curse of the Werebore because of Master of Magic. It does go off on a 6. You can still try and unbind.
So this is
+1 to hit, run,
so I'm not losing an unbind. So I've still got.
No, you've still got got your unbinds. Yeah. I don't get it. Well, that's changed what I'm doing for my first turn dramatically.
So you got
yeah.
one more spell to cast with him, haven't you?
No, that's it. Oh yeah, I do, but I'm not really going to be doing anything with him at the minute.
Because he hasn't got. He's not. You're not wholly within 12 for Mystic Shield.
I will try and cast Ravnax because then it's on the field, and then you have to, spend an unbind to get rid of it. That is an 8, so that goes off. Would you like to try unbind?
It is your last spell, so I might as well try.
Yeah. No, okay, I get Ravnax, so I'll set that up and show you guys where it ends up and all that jazz. So that's it, wholly within 6 of Gubbs McSkullsplitter. It is the end of the hero phase. Let's see how far it moves. It's going to move 8, 9, 10, 11. I kind of want it just to leap over if I can. Let's measure from the back of my base.
Yep.
So it's going to leap
Let's go there.
to there. And it says I can pick a unit to do mortal wounds to, so I'm not going to.
Why not?
Because I don't want it to hurt my guys.
Okay. We're back with some active movement phase next.
Absolutely. So this side of the field is going to move up. I was going to be really aggressive with them, but now because no spells went off apart from a couple, the non-key ones, I'm just going to move everything here and it'll kind of push forward and just kind of basically have to take it. So I'll show you where they end up. So here we go. As you can see, these boars move forward to be next to the Ravnax. The Maniacs have moved forward and the other boar boys have swept up to my left flank with the archers coming off down the hill. Moving on to the Savage Big Boss, he's just going to kind of fill this gap here and just run behind the Ravnax to be a supporting character. And the Wardock is also going to do roughly the same thing. Actually, I'll have to give him a measure, guys, actually, first. So we're going to move these guys first, and then that might give me a little bit more room to get Zogger into this space here to provide some support. So here we go. These have kind of surged forward, the Savage Boys, and the Wardock did have some room to provide some buffs. These fellows are just going to move up to provide support for the rest of the army. The Big Stabber's kind of taking the spot over here. And Gubbs is going to move on to the objective and again provide cover for people. So this side, so these 3 units will run because they need to be my battle tactic, and then these guys will shuffle about, the Arrow Boys will shuffle about, so I'll show you where they end up.
So the Dock and the 2 units of Boar Boys will be trying for your battle.
Correct, yeah. Yep, so as you can see, the Wardock and the 2 units of Boar Boys have run, but they didn't really go far because the Wardock is the slowest member, so I did that guy first. And then the Arrow Boys have just moved forward because I can get a couple of shots off onto the unit of Plague Bearers. So we'll go into the shooting phase.
Finishing up the movement phase, no redeploys to be had, so we're over the shooting phase now, where some Uruks are going to fire their bows.
Into the Plague Bearers, there's 20 shots. I'm not going to spend any CPs for all that attack or anything. So I'm hitting on a whopping 6s. Woo! Because of how smelly they are. But 6s, because of Spirit of Gork and Morka, 6s to explode, and I've got 5 or more models. So that's kind of cool. So 6s are 2 hits instead of 1. So let's roll it up. Let's see! Okay, I get 6 hits total because there's 3 6s. And then they're wounding on 4s. I'm just going to do this all in one. So we're looking at 4 saves, no rend.
4 saves to make. Okay, failed 2 of them, and then disgustingly resilient. So 2 will fall.
Hooray! First. So, that's going to be the end of the turn. I do hold 1 and I hold 2, but I do not hold more than Nick. He is holding 3, I am holding 3. I did get my battle tactics. I'm up to 4 VPs at the end of round 1 because there's no charges to declare. So, yeah, Nurgle turn 1 coming up next.
No, sir, we've got some battle shock to be had.
Oh, sure.
And I suffered some damage.
Undo all my hard
On a
work.
roll for 1, I'll get some back. Ah! How many more come back?
Of course.
5.
Hey.
I'm only actually getting 2 because I can't go above my maximum strength.
I did nothing! Hooray!
But now we're going over to Nurgle turn 1.
Yeah. Start with the hero phase. Go for it.
I'm also going to go for a Ferocious Advance. The clock doesn't tick yet. The Ferocious Advance will be Sloppity Bowlpipe with a unit of 10 Plague Bearers and the Great Unclean one. So
Nice.
they'll have to run and end up within 3 of each other.
Fair enough.
That's my battle tactic, and for my heroic action, I'm going to try and unbind the Ravnax Smashing Jaws.
Yeah, you get it. It has to be a non-wizard.
Nah, forget that. I'm going to try and get a command point.
fair
Command
enough.
point with the Great Unclean one.
Yep.
Which I do.
Hey, I will try and generate a CP with the Savage Big Boss. I do not. Okay, cool.
And then some magic.
Magic coming up. Corruption points.
So I have D3 for the tree.
Yep.
1 for me being in my territory. Sorry, 3 for me being in my territory, but you're not being in my territory.
Okay.
So it's
D3 plus 4.
yeah, and 1 for your territory because there's none of my units.
You need your units in my territory, I believe, for that one.
Let's check that.
Okay. But we had a check, so it is going to be D3 plus 4, isn't it?
Yeah, D3
Cool.
plus 4.
Nice.
So possibly yes.
Nice.
So I'm on 7. I'll be spending that in a minute for a tree, but
Excellent.
never mind. Magic.
Yes.
We're going to do Blades of Putrefaction.
Okay.
From the
Gotkin.
Glotkin onto the unit of 20 Plague Bearers in front.
Nice.
Well, that's a fail.
Well, there we go. We're starting off
And
strong.
he's going to do Fleshly Abundance for his second spell on the unit of Plague Bearers, which is an additional wound. Failed by 1. I think I need a 7 for that.
Okay, yep.
Then we have the Flaming Weapon
Nice.
on the... no, I'm going to spend a 1 to try and unbind it in your...
Yeah, good
I can do
stuff.
that.
Yep.
So I've got to beat its characteristic, right?
Correct.
Which is
yeah.
7.
It's lower now, so it might be 6. If you roll high, we'll check. That definitely does it. So
so he's
Ravnak has gone.
And I'll put a Mystic Shield on...
Oh, measuring. See if you get it.
I do.
I will
Do you
try and
wanna
unbind. Need an 8. I am bound. No mistake.
Good.
There we go.
We also have some command abilities to pop in the hero phase.
Okay.
He'll be popping the Lord of whatever it's called.
The Glotkin is popping his command ability.
I believe it's called Lords of Nurgle.
Okay.
Because there's 3 of them.
Okay.
Which is a 14-inch bubble around him, which gives +1 attack.
Nice.
And the so going down to 2.
Yep.
Then he'll spend his free 1
Yep.
and give a unit wholly within 21 +1 attack.
Nice.
So he'll give these guys +1
Oh,
attack.
so they are buffed. Nice. Okay. So they're at +2 attacks currently, and Nick is down to how many CP? 3 left.
2 left.
2 left. 'Cause, yeah,
Used 1 from this, and then this one was free.
And I'm down to 3 because I would have gained 1 for your turn. Cool. So we're back with some movement.
Yes.
Cool. So running the front unit 5. So what's happening with this movement? Kind of.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push forward in the centre to get my battle tactic, but also push forward on the side so that I can give out my buffs if I want to, and if I get charged or I can charge, I'll be within range.
Okay, cool. So we'll show you how this side ends up. So after there's some movement here, I am going to spend a CP going down to 2 to redeploy these boars in the front here. So roll a dice. How far do they go? Nice. They're just going to get 1 inch and move forward, basically. So this is the movement over this side of the battlefield. So the boars have shifted forward 1, but everything else has, well, not advanced. Some of it has. What has advanced? These guys ran, didn't they?
Yeah, so Sloppy Bowpiper, who is just within 3
Yep.
of the units, and to get my battle tactic.
Yep.
And then these units just move forward, and he just moved forward.
Yep, nice. And then we'll go over here. Do you know what first unit you're going to move first? That didn't make sense.
Probably the bugs. Probably the bugs are just going to fly over.
Yeah, fair enough. Shall I show them where they end up, or do you know where they're going?
You can show them how it ends up.
Fair enough. So this is how the left flank, or Nick's right flank, looks at the end of their movement. What's gone on?
We moved the flies up to the centre to be... I was going for the terrain, but can't get them in. So it's basically just to push on your cavalry and basically be a roadblock as well as some hitting power on your quite weak boars.
Yeah, of course.
And if I can get them into combat, it means they won't charge me, so I don't think your buffs will go off for charging.
Yep.
The Plague Bearers on the right flank have literally just moved up, and then a tree grew in front of them.
Cool.
So they were just like picking a nose, and then what happened? The unit of 10 moved up to be a block for my monsters.
Fine, we've already done that side.
Yeah, sorry, there was a Lord of Afflictions.
Oh, there is a Lord of Afflictions over
went
there.
there with a
Nice.
But yeah, into the centre, both the monsters have moved up. The Great Unclean did run along with Sloppy Bowpiper in the unit of 10 to get my battle tactic. And the Plague Bearers have just moved up on this flank, no running, and it's now time
for some shooting.
The Glotkin to do his random vomit.
And what's he doing?
He's It's 3s and 4s.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas 2d6. So it's quite tasty, but I don't think it's going to hit, because you know what I'm like with rolling, folks.
Who are you
I'm just going to shoot the big unit of 30 orcs.
Okay, I've got 3 CP. It's going to be 1 inspiring presence. Nah, just go for it, mate. Just
Okay,
go for
3s
it.
to hit. It's a 4.
Hey!
It's 4s to wound. I'm not going to pop the triumph. It's a 3. Got it the wrong way around, folks, but never mind.
There we go. That's simple, effective. So we'll be back with the charge phase?
Yes.
Nice. There's 1 charge. It's going to be the Plague Bearers.
Yeah.
Go for
Let's see what we can get.
Yep.
It's 6.
It's a 6.
It's in.
I mean, that's definitely in, so we'll move them and show you where they end up. So they finish the charge like that into the Boar Boys and tagging the big unit of Savage Orcs. So I am going to spend a CP going down to 2 for Unleash Hell on this unit of Arrow Boys. So I'm heading on 6s anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then, but they do explode, so let's just roll it off.
Oh, yeah, you can minuses don't stack.
Correct. So that's a hell of a lot of 6s actually. Let me gather them up. That's a whopping 12 hits because of the Spirit of Gorkamorka kicking in there. I've got 6 hits which explode into multiples. And then we're wounding on 4s. Icebone trait does not work in shooting, guys, so that doesn't matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds. No AP, no Rend Arenio on this.
5 up. Well, that's
Okay,
miserable.
that was awful.
I'm going to check if I get to reroll once to save for being near a hero.
You don't. You get +1 to your save now. But we will check. 5 disgustingly resilience to go. Let's see if you can roll a bit better this time. That's better. So 3 still drop from the Unleash Hell from the Arrow Boys. Just a hail of arrows coming in, and we will darken the skies. So then they fight in the shade. I've got another charge. It is the Puskull Blight Lords. Go for it. A 3.
They get in.
Yeah, we'll move them in. So we're going to CP reroll that 3. It doesn't actually quite make it in.
Yeah, due to terrain issues. So
Yeah.
we'll see if we can get it in.
There we go.
There
That'll
we
do
go. We'll
it.
just jump over it now.
Yeah. Lord of Afflictions charging in as well. An 11 will do it. Let's see where this guy wants to go.
So at the start of the combat phase, just counting up attacks with the Grandfather's Joy from the Great Unclean One and from Maggotkin's Aura, the Plague Bearers will be getting 3 attacks each.
Yep.
And Sloppity Piper, as he's wholly within 12 of this unit, will give them early one morning my posture was sleeping. Sweeping? Seeping?
Seeping.
That's even harder to do with a lisp.
Seeping.
So 6s to hit are a mortal wound in addition to normal damage.
Nice.
So let's roll some dice and pile in.
Yeah, and I was thinking about popping Wire this turn, but I think I'm going to save it for turn 2. So we'll just see. Hopefully I can weather a bit of the first wave. And then we'll see how it goes. 25 attacks coming in at the Savage Boar Boys, and then there's going to be 6 going into the Savage Orcs there. Here we go, hitting on 3s because Nick is spending a CP for all-out attack.
Yes.
Let's
And
make a note of those 6s.
6s are a mortal wound in addition to normal hits.
So that's 4 mortal wounds in the pool so far. So I'm just going to put 4 damage. Okay.
And then only 5 misses.
Nice. Wounding on.
3s, but I am going to
Nice.
pop my triumph, I think.
It's going down to 2s.
Yeah.
Okay, 2s to wound. Again, not popping anything on my end.
Too many
Don't
1s
see-
for my liking, but there is some 2s in there that helps.
Don't see the reason to, personally, to pop all out defense at this point. Okay.
14.
14 and 4 mortal. Okay, so we've got a 5 up save base now. How cool is that? Kind of. Here we go, so 5 up. Okay, so I make a few there. Not bad. So I take 3, 6, 7 plus the 4. These are 6 up ward saves because of Warpaint. So you kill 1, 2, 3 boars. 3 boars drop. So I will just take 1, 2, 3.
And one of my
And
plague
one Plague Bearers, my apologies. Here we go. So we've got 6 attacks into the Savage Orcs. We've got 1 mortal wound and we've got 4 hits.
Yes.
Is that nice? And 4 wounds.
Yeah.
So 5 up save now because that's what they come with. Okay, I fail 3. And was there a mortal?
1 mortal, yeah.
Okay, so I'll just add that back in. I lose 2 orcs. 2 orcs die from the Savage Orcs. So I'll remove them in a sec and then I'll come back with my unit to pick. So I've piled in the Boar Boys. This guy is very overzealous. He's falling off his boar. So here we go. So I've got 11 attacks from the guys on top. I'm hitting on 3s because I've spent a CP to go all out attack. So 3s to hit, 6s explode. Okay, so we'll take out those misses and we'll add them straight back in because there's only 2 6s, sorry. So I'll take 1 out. Now we're wounding on 4s. 6s are a mortal wound instead of damage. So, okay, we've got 4 wounds so far, sir.
Okay, they have a 4-up save. You have no rend.
I have no rend.
And I ignore rend anyway, because being a demon. 4-ups. I failed 1. Just 1 damage, sir.
1 damage.
Disgustingly resilient. He wasn't.
Nice. And
So
then I've
1
got
wound taken.
the boars. So here we go. Hitting on 3s now. 6s explode. Okay, so hitting on 3s because of all that attack. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 6s in there, so I'll add 4 dice. Then we're wounding on 4s. 6s are a mortal wound. So we're looking at 2 mortals, and we have 4 saves.
So I'll do the 4 saves of 4-up.
Okay.
Passing all but 1, and then there's a mortal wound.
2 mortals. 2 mortals
Two
and 1
mortals.
damage. Yeah.
And a damage to get through, disgustingly resilient. So taking 3 wounds total.
Huzzah!
I'll put that on this bug here.
Nice.
Not this bug, this bug.
Makes a difference.
Over to my pick next.
Yep.
I will choose the Lord of Afflictions.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with the Fester Pike.
Nice.
Which is 3s and 3s.
2 hits.
2 wounds.
Minus.
1.
6-up save. Okay, how much damage?
D3.
Okay. So 1 damage in the pool so far.
Then we have Foul Mouth Parts, because he's yelling. 2 hits.
Yep.
1 wound.
Nice, 1 wound. Any
No
rend? Okay, so 5-up save. Made it.
The Venomous Sting, hit on a 4. It hits.
Nice.
Wounds on a 3. It does not.
Okay.
Dolorous Toxin, hit on a 4, which misses.
Okay, so I take 1 damage, 6-up war paint. Nope, fail, so 1 takes a wound. So 1 on the end will be down to 2 wounds remaining. Excellent, and I'll pile in and attack back. So we've piled in. I've managed to get 3 in range. So this is 7 attacks, hitting on 4s. 6s explode because I've still got 2 models. So that's going to be 4 hits, and then wounding on 4s. 6s are a mortal. So 1 mortal and 3 saves, sir.
So 3 saves of 4-up.
Yep.
That is cocked.
Yeah. Nice.
So 2 go through and 1 mortal.
1 mortal, yes.
So this is going to be disgusting resilient, and he isn't very, so he takes 2, down to 6.
And then I've got 9 boar attacks. So hitting on 4s again, 6s explode. So that was I need to add a dice. Okay, fine. That's a very good roll.
The boards always do better.
Always. And then they've got more attacks now. They've got an extra attack in the new book. 4s to wound, 6s are great. That's 4 mortal wounds and 3 saves.
The 3 saves are 4-up. He takes 2. And then I need, 2 fail saves and then 4 mortal wounds, so I get 6. And these are disgustingly resilient.
Come on! Oh!
I think he's dead.
Oh my! I think I got him.
Wow.
I think I just killed him.
Dead.
So we're a bit kind of speechless about that.
Yeah, I was thinking he was going to do a little bit better in combat, but no.
I wasn't expecting to kill him. How many wounds I did? It was 8 wounds. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. That's how many. He
And
had,
I just
wasn't it?
failed like
You just failed every save.
and I failed
Well, the
4
disgusting.
saves, and the disgusting
The
just
wards.
didn't protect it.
Yeah. Just okay.
Oh well.
Unexpected, but I'm not going to look gift horse in the mouth. So carrying on, let's get these guys piled in and get some attacks.
Yeah, Pascal Blight Lords.
Foul
Mouth Parts. Sitting on 3s. It's the second dice I've got on
That's fine. So we've got 5 hits so far. 6 hits.
And then 3s to wound.
3s to wound. We're looking at 4 saves there, so I'm just going to grab some dice. Or 5 up, no rend, I assume.
No.
I'm taking 3 damage in the pool so far. Carry on.
Then we have Blighted Weapons, of which 1 guy is not in. So it's just these. These are 6s explode. 2 6s. Each of these are, so that's 9.
Oh, nice.
10,
and then all the
11,
rest.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16
so I need 16
hits.
dice.
Nice. Wounding on 3s. Okay, how many are we looking at? It should be 12, I think, off the top of my head.
Yeah, 12, yeah.
12 saves. 5 up save. Okay, so I only make 2. So then we'll add in the 3 damage from earlier. This is my war paint save.
Do you want to save it for the rest of my attacks?
Oh, you might as well actually.
Yeah.
That much damage so far. Don't know what it is. Carry on.
So I've got 3 Venomous Stings,
Yep.
hitting on 4s, of which 2 hit. And
2 wound,
2
minus
wounds.
1.
Yep.
6 up. I fail both, D3 each.
Yep. For
And that's another 5 damage in the pool. Okay.
And then the Dolorous Toxin in the bell.
Yep.
1 hit. And it fails to wound.
Fails to wound. Okay, so I've got this many war paint saves, including the wounds I've just taken. Oh, get my hand. Okay, they're dead, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, with 2 overkill. Nicely done. Well done. These guys have piled in, the Savage Boar Boys. The 2 remaining have piled in, so that's going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. No 6s explode anymore. And then 4s, that is 1 wound, no rend.
So 4 up save, because I'm within range of a demon hero. Failed anyway.
5 up.
And disgustingly resilient.
No, 1 drops.
I'll take it from here.
Yeah, because you might pull the archers out. And then the boars, 4s to hit, 1 hit, 4s to wound, 1 wound. That's a mortal wound, so just a disgustingly resilient.
So a save. Oh no, it's a mortal wound instead of.
Instead of, yeah.
So disgustingly resilient. Nope. And another one bites the dust.
Nice.
So we'll take this guy.
Boop.
He's a musician. Have I got another musician in there? No, we won't take him. Then we'll take him.
Yeah. So
Taking him.
taking him. Nice. Cool. And then
I haven't got any more picks left, so it's literally over to Phil with his big block of
you
savage.
did take these out, so they're no longer in.
I don't think they would have been in anyway.
They were with the fellow that was here that you just took away.
Oh, okay, that's fine then.
But now I will pile in the Savage Orcs and get some dice. Right, so we did forget they are -1 to hit for the Boar Boys, but we're not going to go back and change it. Simple, straight up. But these guys will be the Savage Orcs will be -1 to hit against them because you've still got over 10 models. I think it's 10 or more, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just 4s and 4s. There's 6 fellows in range. I'll roll them over here. 6s explode. So we're looking at 2 hits from the... Sorry, 5s to hit. 6s explode. So we're looking at 4, 5 hits. Wounding on 4s. 6s are mortal. Oh, yes. So 2 mortal wounds and 1 save.
1 save of 4 up.
Yeah.
Saved it.
And then 2
2
mortals.
mortals, disgustingly resilient.
Saved them. There we go.
Done. So
Nice.
all rounded out anyway.
Yes.
And then it's no more striking back.
Nope.
We do have some battle shock. I lost 5 models. Bravery 10, so on a 6 I
You can
could
flee on a
lose
6,
1,
yeah.
but on a 1 I'll get them back.
Yes.
So I'll roll that first. Nope.
They're okay. I don't give you any minuses. These guys, I'm going to spend my last CP because it is the end of the round to Inspiring Presence them.
Okay.
So they're going to stick about.
And I didn't do any damage. I did do some damage to some Savage Orcs, so they got bravery as well.
You did kill 2. Let's roll it up because I'm not going to Inspiring Presence these guys. 6, 7, 8. I think they're with the banner. I think they're Bravery 6, so 2 more will flee. Nice, nice. I love it. Bravery's so good.
It worked.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's that's the end of battle round 1.
Yes, it is. What a bloody battle round 1.
I did just lose my general, folks, because I am known for doing things like that.
But at least I can't get the battle tactic.
You can't get the battle tactic anymore. So yeah, over to the roll off for the fated roll off.
Do it live. Oh, you do gain hold 1, hold 2. You don't hold more than me, and you did get your battle tactics, and Nick's also on 4 points.
Yes.
So let's roll it up. A 2, a hefty 2.
5.
It's up to
I
you.
will take it.
Yeah, fair enough. So I gain 3 CP. Nick goes to 2.
Indeed.
And we'll be back with turn 2, Maggotkin of Nurgle. Start of the hero phase, Nick. What are we doing?
Going to gain some contagion, Philip.
Yes.
So I actually have a model within Phil's territory because the territory is there's no man's
Right in
land.
the middle, yeah.
So I gained 3 for being in Phil's, 3 for being in mine, and 1 because there's no models from your army in mine.
Yep. So that's 2d3 plus 7.
Yeah. So then D3 per tree.
Yeah.
Because there's no enemy models within 1. 4.
So 11.
Yes, 11. Going up to 11. I'll
Nice.
spend it in the movement,
Yeah.
movement phase. Then we have the battle tactic to choose, which will be broken ranks. I'll choose these Savage Boar Boys. The clock did tick over to Nauseous Revulsions. This is all wound rolls for the Uruks that strike me of 6s have to be re-rolled. But with the stacking and whoever's...
With triggered effects and Icebone, whoever gets to roll the dice, so I'll be rolling to wound. It's a weird rule, not a big fan of it if I'm honest. So you can't have 2 triggered effects on the same kind of die roll.
Yeah.
You have to pick one, or the person rolling picks which one. So basically that's not really going to come up because I'm Icebone. Unless I shoot at you. Shooting's a thing, right? So.
Well, I mean, if you roll badly, you've got to re-roll. So would that? It doesn't say.
Well, it's 6s to wound, mate. So,
sixes,
so it doesn't. I do the mortal wounds on the 6s on to wound, so it's a little bit of Yeah, not a big fan of that, but I suppose that is rules as written currently.
I think they'll probably... Nurgle's going to get a change battle time anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll just change how it interacts.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Then we're going to do heroic leadership with the Great Unclean One, which
Yes.
we failed miserably and get a 1.
And I will try heroic leadership with my savage big boss over here. Nope, he fails. Okay, fine.
So I'm on 2.
And I'm on 3.
And I'm going to spend 1 from the Glottkin and straight off the bat just spend them because...
Yeah, why not? Two
Yeah.
2 CPs.
and 1 from the Great Unclean One on the unit of drones to get +1 attack as well because
Nice.
they're wholly within 21 and they are a demon unit.
Nice.
Then spells.
Yep.
We'll do Fleshly Abundance onto this unit of Plague Bearers because they're wholly within 14 for that. So I need a 7. I failed.
Okay.
And the same again, same unit being targeted, but Blades of Putrefaction. Need a 7. I got a 9, Phil!
I will try and unbind. I do need a 10.
Don't you do it!
I'll see. No, I get a 9.
You don't get any pluses.
No, no pluses.
And you don't get to re-roll your unbinds, do you? I think you need to re-roll casting.
I do, if it was gone from him, but I didn't say, so I'm not going to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they are
Hit rolls.
Blades of Putrefaction, and the Grandfather's Joy is actually going on these.
Yep.
And the Lords of Nurgle, which is his ability, I'll just put that on there.
Yeah, just so you don't
because-
forget.
to
Because
remind me.
we did forget about my +1 save on the ball boys, but again, I've got the -1 to hit, so it kind of comes out in the wash.
Yeah.
It's all good, last turn.
We chose the battle tactics,
Yep.
so it's literally... Oh no, we have some more spells, don't we?
Yeah.
So we have... let's do Arcane... No, not Arcane Bolt. Mystic Shield.
Yep.
Cast on a 9.
I'll try and get rid of that. Get rid of the Mystic Shield. You've got a 9, need a 10. I will try and re-roll that with Gubs. Nope. Okay, Mystic Shield goes off.
So can I go with a unit within 12?
Wholly within 12.
So I think I'm just going to give it to himself, because I think it's
Yeah.
the guy's turn to shine.
Yeah. Okay.
Then he'll also do Flaming Weapon,
Nice.
which I've got with a 10.
So I need an 11. I've got more unbinds. I get it. No.
Damn it,
flaming
no flamey weapons!
Oh dear.
Ah!
No flaming.
So yeah, we'll be back at the end of movement, because
Yeah.
some stuff's going to shuffle, and then I'm going to probably vomit for this guy.
Yeah, makes sense. Did have rum roll of 6? Which way are they going to go?
They're just going to back,
Yeah, fair
because
enough.
they're just going to keep hold of this objective.
Fair enough. No redeploys for me at the minute.
Do I redeploy here
I
after
do
finish
not.
this?
So you can see these guys have shuffled forward, the Pascal Blight Lords, and you can see that the big guys have moved up to get just outside of 3 effectively, the Glottkin being supporting.
This unit is going to run that way to
Okay.
basically bolden this flank
Yeah,
and stop some boars from running around.
Roll it up, see what they get.
1,
yeah.
so that's moving 5. So that's still enough to get
5-inch move. So we'll show you where they end up. And the Sloppity Barpiper has moved around to be more supporting and give his aura of Wholly Within 14 for all his lovely tunes that he loves to sing on a Saturday night down the club.
Indeed.
So yeah, I think after Nick's finished moving these fellows, we'll go on to some shooting. Shooting phase.
The Glottkin
Yes.
is going to shoot his bile at the boar boys.
Yeah, got to get rid of them.
He hit, force to wound,
Oh yes, force to wound.
wounds,
Go on,
-2 rend,
Yeah, okay, so I get no save.
2d6
Oh no, I
damage.
do get a save because of the Glyph Dock dance. So 6-up save.
Watch you save it.
Yes.
You're going to save it.
I am. No,
Oh.
I'm complete opposite.
Teetering on it.
Yep.
2d6 damage for
11
11
damage. You know what? I'm going to roll 6 dice. Let's grab these. Okay, so I take 5 so far. Good effort, but
It was only 11.
that's
not
fine.
12, but yeah.
I still failed 2, so 2 out of them. So
I felt like I had to do that for the battle tactic, and
Yeah,
I knew
it
that if I
secures
was
it.
to go for the bigger unit, it would have
Yeah.
probably been like 3 damage rather than...
Absolutely. I think it secures it, so that's good. So that definitely secures your battle tactic.
And then we
Okay.
have some noxious bile from the Great Unclean One into the front unit.
Yep.
Which will be D6 shots,
Yep.
which is 1.
Okay.
Hits on a 4,
Nice.
which it does.
Okay.
And it wounds on a 4 at least, probably
Okay.
a 3.
Minus?
But, -1, I think. Yes.
Yeah, okay, goes
Oh,
through.
sorry, wait. -2.
Goes through.
It's 1 damage.
War paint save. Yeah, okay, I take 1 damage.
Take that damage,
An orc
sir.
takes a damage. Excellent.
Then,
That's shooting, so we're back with charges coming up next. Flies charging. Going 9.
9.
Okay, nice. So we'll show you where they end up.
Finishing the charge like so, and now it's time to unleash some hell.
Yes, so these lads, for a CP going down to 2, are going to unleash hell onto this unit here of Puskals. Hitting on 6s, because -1 because of unleash hell. But they explode. Okay, that was a really solid roll. We'll just do it live. So we've got 5 hits, that's actually 10 hits. I'm liking that so far. 4s to wound. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it wound rolls of 6 all over the shop for the...
Yes, Nauseous Revulsion will work on that.
Okay. Okay, so we've still got 3, 6, 7 wounds, no rend.
7 saves to make of a 4-up. Failed.
4 goes through.
4. Disgustingly resilience now. I need to save one of these. I do.
You did.
So he's down to 1.
Down to 1 over here, but the Arrow Boys kind of doing actually some good stuff this game.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good there.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Continue on with my charges and picking up models that have fallen over.
Yes.
We'll be going with the Grit and Clean one to charge next.
Yep.
Getting a 3.
He's in.
I mean, it's in.
Yeah,
so we'll move him.
Yep, cool.
Grit and Clean one reversing in.
Yep. Backing
And
up,
the
backing up.
Glockin's also going to charge in because I want some impact hits this turn. Getting a 7, which will get him in there. Just tuck him in that spot right there.
Absolutely.
And that's all the charges I have time for today,
Should we do
folks.
some impact hits?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Doing some impact hits.
So we're going to roll them together because it's 2 hulking guys. 4-ups? No, neither of them do anything.
Fair enough. End of the charge phase, there would be some monstrous rampages, but the Savage Uruks, the Big Stabbers, and the Maniacs are in Hunters of the Heartlands, which I think I forgot to mention, but it is in the lists. So they are all good.
Then we've got the Glockin's got a start of combat ability as well, which is called Horrific Opponent. At the start of the combat phase, roll 2d6 for each enemy unit within 7. That's only going to might be the Arrow Boys, but we'll roll 2d6. No, I don't beat their bravery.
Oh, you have to beat their bravery, and what does it do?
And now it basically means you subtract 1 from hit rolls.
Right, okay. Nice, targeting him.
For that unit.
Okay, fine.
So he makes them weaker.
Fair enough.
We're going to measure to see if Hollywood's
I think
within
they are.
7.
I think they are there, yeah.
So we'll roll for them as well.
Yes.
8.
So these fellows are -1 to hit.
Yes.
Cool. All right, nice.
An extra rule I never even noticed before.
Nice.
So now you've got to choose where to go first.
Well, no, actually. I'm going to... you are mistaken, sir.
I've also forgotten. I'm mistaken because I forgot to plant a tree, but that's the only thing we can do.
We can do that in a sec. But I am going to spend a CP and wah, I think, Mr. Bond.
Okay.
Because what that does, I spend a CP, I go down to 1, I issue it from my general. For this combat phase, my ward save is 4+ across my entire army. Just for this combat. Yeah, it's the Bonesplitter wah. So
that's a paint save. Indeed.
That's some crazy levels of paint. So yes, I have a 4-up ward for this combat save, which should help keep me around. We'll be back with Nick's choice in just a moment. Correction! Wah is not a command ability anymore. I just do it. So I stay at 2 CPs, just once per game.
Okay.
Cool, good to know. And what song is being tooted?
I'm thinking about Right Bright Fart, because it means that the Savage Uruks will not be able to pile in.
Yeah, any models within 3 will not be able to pile in.
So, yeah, we'll be back after a decision is made.
Fair enough. Okay, so Nick's love is like a right bright fart, so that no one's going to pile in if they're any demons wholly within 14 of the Sloppity Bile Piper. Enemy models cannot pile in if they are within 3.
So it basically affects these 2 units, but it means you can't.
Oh yeah, the Glockin's not a demon.
He's not a demon, but no. Starting combat with the Puskal Blight Lords, they've piled in a little bit.
Yep.
We have 3 of them trying to go for the Savage Big Boss, and 1 of them going for the
Wardock.
Yeah, the Wardock on that side. Actually, yeah, the Wardock on that side. So,
dude, I don't know if you're within 3 here. Was the intent to stay out 3? We'll measure it and we'll nudge you back if you are within 3.
It's the only reason I tried to mudge forward with the
No, that's fine.
is to
That's
get
fine.
within,
so just so the guys are aware at home, these guys are outside of 3. No problem. Cool.
So this is the blighted weapons on the 3 that are striking the Savage Big Boss.
Sure,
There's
I'm all
an
up
additional
defensive.
attack. Yep. So hitting on 3s. And 6s explode, so these...
So not an additional 2 attacks, just an additional 1, because they're not wholly within 14 of the Glockin. Am I right to assume that?
Not wholly within, it's just within.
Oh!
Just within 14.
Oh! So is an additional 2 attacks then? Because you gave them 1 for the command ability for
I did?
Yeah.
So I'll roll an additional 3 dice.
Nice. 4 dice, actually. Which is another
3
6.
dice, because there's only 3 guys striking.
Oh yeah,
Savage
good
Boss.
point, good point.
So 1 is exploded and
Yep.
2 of misses as per usual. These are
Actually, 7 hits.
So,
Nice. So add 4 more
add
dice.
4.
Wounding
and
on.
then wounding on 3s.
Nice.
Oh, too many 1s and 2s.
Too many
folks.
1s and 2s.
7.
7.
The favoured number. It was all meant to be part of the plan.
And this is no rend, right?
No rend.
So this is a 5-up save because of all that defense. So I'm taking 6 damage so far. Carry on.
Then
Oh,
we
he's not gonna
have
live.
we have 3, 6, 9 venomous stings.
Nice.
Hitting on 4s.
Yep. Okay.
And wounding on 3s. At -1 rend.
Okay, so 6 up. I save none.
And these are D3 apiece.
Okay.
So 3, 6, 9, 10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more damage. Okay.
And then 12 venomous mouth, foul mouth part
Yep.
attacks. That's a little bit better. Why is it always the mounts do better than the riders, folks? Who knows? A lot of 1s there.
How many?
5. These are at minus. Sorry, these are at foul mouth parts. There's no minus.
No minus. So
Nope.
5-up save. 4 more damage goes into the pool.
And then last but not least, the Dolores Toxin Sacs,
Yep.
which is 9 attacks because it's additional to attacks twice.
Yeah, so they're 3 attacks apiece. 4s to hit. Oh yeah, I feel like all our defense was a wasted CP on this one. They go straight through because it's
Yep.
-2.
2 damage apiece, so
So
that's,
that's an extra
12.
12 damage.
So what's that, like 20?
A lot. I'll get some dice. So it's this plus a 12 extra dice. Here we go. So
Of a 4-up ward.
4-up ward. He's dead. Good. Good job, guys. But to be fair, if he had glowing tats, he would have a 2-up ward at this point, just FYI. So he would have failed 3 so far.
Oh, that's what your Warlord's got.
So the Warlord would have, yeah, would have had a 2-up save against
I'll
that.
continue my attacks against,
Warlock.
what's his name?
Oh, that's Zogga.
That's Zogga.
That's
So yeah,
Zogga.
striking against Zogga.
Blighted Weapon into the Warlock, into Zogga.
Nice, so 2 explode,
Nice.
and they actually turn into 6 hits.
Nice.
So that's 9 total, and then 7 saves to make.
4, 7, okay, this is 6-up save because there's no rend. So I'm taking 5 damage in the pool so far.
Then this is foul mouth parts, hits 3 times,
Yep.
and 1 wound.
Any rend?
No.
Failed, how much damage? How much damage?
1.
1. 1 more damage in the pool.
And then the venomous stings, which there's 3 of.
Yep.
2 hits. And 2 wounds.
No
at
save.
-1 D3.
So 3 more damage.
Yep.
Okay, so I have, let's have a look here. 3, 6, 9 ward saves to make of 4+ because of the war paint. He lives. I think he's got 1 wound left. The Warlock survives, weirdly.
Lucky git.
Lucky git indeed, Zogga. It's his namesake. So we've got 4 guys attacking this. I cannot pile in, but I piled in the ones outside of 3, but they can't get in
Yeah,
range.
4 savage boys are striking the Pascal Blight Lords.
Then I've got 9 striking this fellow.
which is the Grey and Clean one.
Yep, and then everything else I can is going into the Plague Bearers.
Nice.
Because I'm just going to leave the Glock in, just be like, whatever. Here we go. Into the
don't leave 'em out there.
into the Pascal. Am I -1 to hit these guys too?
No, just
targeting the
the
Glock in.
No, they're -1 to hit. Full stop, because he did some
Perfect.
crazy stuff.
Good to know. Okay, so hitting on 4s, 6s explode. There's no explosions here. 4s to wound. 1 mortal wound, and okay, guys, I'd normally so there's 2 triggered effects on wound rolls of 6s here. My wound roll of a 6 does a mortal wound and the attack sequence ends. Nick's is nauseous revulsion, I reroll 6s to wound. 2 triggered effects on 1, it's the rolling player who gets to decide which triggered effect happens. Of course I'm choosing Icebone for the mortal wound. So there's 1 mortal and 1 save.
So the save first passes, and then 2 mortals to shrug.
Just the 1 mortal.
Oh, 1. Oh, well, it's a 50-50 chance. Let's roll it again.
Just roll it again, yeah. No, okay, so it does 1.
He does die.
Hooray!
And continuing on, get some dice ready for that.
18, 19 attacks to the champions there. 19 attacks into the Great Unclean one. Hitting on 4s, 6s are Explede. So we've only got 3 6s there, so I'll put those in. And then I'm wounding on 4s, but 6s are a mortal wound instead of. Okay, so no 6s.
Cocked dice.
Yeah, cocked dice. Nope, so we've got 5.
5 saves on the Great Unclean one. 3 up save, Mystically Shielded Great Unclean one. Fail 3.
Okay.
Now I have a Disgustingly Resilient, but it's better. So on a 5+, I'll shrug the wound. On a 6, I will shrug the wound and give you a
Bounce
mortal
back.
wound. None.
Or not.
Oh, sorry, no.
3. It wasn't the 6.
It wasn't the 6. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically take 3.
Yeah, nice. So the last thing, we've got 5 lads striking into the Plague Bearers. 5s to hit because of -1. 6s are great, so we'll take out the 1s, 2s and 3s and 4s, and then add in another one. 4s, so we've got 2 mortals and 2 saves.
The 2 saves, which are 4 up, because I am within range.
Nice, and then 2
And
more.
then 2 mortals, which are 5 up, because I am Disgustingly
2
Resilient.
more
I'm gonna
die.
take 2 off the flank.
Dead Plague Bearers.
That was that big unit striking. It's pretty much, other than your War Doc.
These fellows.
Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So I'll attack with the Glotkin. See what we can do.
Yeah. Here comes the Glotkin. 6 attacks.
So yeah, 6 attacks plus 1 because of his aura.
Yep.
From Lords of Nurgle.
4s to hit.
Hitting on 4s.
So we've got
4 hits. And wounding on 2s. Oh,
2
look at those
wounds.
double 1, folks.
Any rend?
-2.
Oh, -2. No save.
2 damage apiece.
So 4 damage in the pool so far. Carry on.
Then I've got Gurk's Lamprey Maw hitting on 3.
Yeah.
It missed.
Okay.
Then I've got Otto's Poison Slick Flies. Jesus,
Nice.
these words. It's an additional attack as well because of
Yeah.
him being. And I should have an extra attack with Lamp.
That's fine. We'll do it in a minute. All right.
So 2 hits from Otto's Poison Scythe
Yep.
and 1 wound.
Minus.
1.
6 up. Failed.
D3 for
2
2.
more damage. Okay.
An additional Lamprey Maw attack,
It
which
hits.
hit and wounded
Wounds.
and nearly knocked the guy
Minus.
over. 1.
Nope.
D3.
Only
for 2.
3. Okay.
And that's all she wrote, folks.
All right. So I've got 3, 6, 7, 8 ward saves to make here from the Glotkin. 4 up. I lose 3 wounds. 3 wounds going through onto the board.
would be 2 dead orcs.
Yeah, because one's on a wound over there. Yeah. Cool. Just going to quickly come back with the War Doc for my pick. There's no other... well, I can do the Maniacs, but they're going to be in range anyway. So here we go. Hitting on 4s. It missed. There we go. Huzzah! Moving on.
So the Great Unclean one
Yep.
striking now.
Cool. Great Unclean one.
With an additional attack from the Glotkin. So 4 attacks with the flail, hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Then wounding on 2s. 3 at -1.
6 up save. Failed all 3.
2 damage apiece.
So 6 damage in the pool.
Then we've got the Doomsday Bell, which is 4 attacks,
Yep.
but it's actually 5 attacks. Hitting on 4s, 3 hits.
Nice.
And wounding on 3s for 2.
2. Any rend?
-1.
Failed both.
1 damage.
Okay, 2 more. And is that him done? No, you've got Nurglings.
Yeah, I've got Nurglings.
The most important
And
attack.
don't forget, there's 1 additional Nurgling, because
Oh, yeah, of course.
Otto gave it to him.
Well, yeah, you spawned it.
Hit.
There we go. Nothing.
Nothing.
So ward saves from the Great Unclean one onto the boys. 4 up. I lose 1 more boy. That ward save coming in massive this turn. So I'll just take off... I'll take off this. No, I'll take off this guy. Cool. Right, and then it'll be
Your
over to
ball
my
boys.
strike. So yeah, it'll be the ball boys. I'll pile them in. So the Maniacs have piled in. So I've got 3 guys attacking the Puskull Blight Lords. I'm hitting on 4s. 6s explode, so I've only got 3 hits. Wounding on 3s, 6s are mortals. So I've got 2 mortals and 1 save.
So the save on a 4+ is a fail, and then 3...
2, yeah, that's right.
3
Yeah.
Disgusting Resilience. So I
Take
only
a
fail
wound.
1.
And then the
So-
balls will come at you as well. So you've only got 1 wound taken so far. This is 4s and 4s. Okay, so we've got 5 hits. 2 mortals and 1 save.
The save
Made
passed, and then 2 mortals passed 1. So 1 guy's on 5 wounds.
it. Nice, fair enough. Here we go. How many attacks, sir?
15.
Nice.
This
And-
is literally all onto the big stabbers in the middle. Not the big stabbers, the savage.
Yeah. All right.
So they're each getting 2 attacks because
Yep.
they're inside of the range of that. and 6s are a mortal wound in addition.
Nice.
So that's 5 straight off the bat.
So 5 mortal wounds in the pool so far. Very cool.
And then 7 hits, which are 5 wounds.
5 wounds, no rend.
No rend.
So I got a 5 up save. Okay, I make 2 of them, so add 3 to the 5 mortal wounds, 4 up ward. They do more than your big guys. They take out 2.5 lads. Nice, not bad at all. And I think that's going to be the end of it. So I'll remove them and then we'll do some points. So this is interesting. So they've got 2 attacks now each. They're 4s and 4s. So as you can see, anything outside of 3 I can pile in, but anything within 3 I could not pile in because of Nick's
ripe fart.
Like a lovely ripe fart. So I'm hitting on 5s because you're -1. 6s explode. I have 2 hits technically. 4s to wound. 1 mortal wound, and that's it.
Disgustingly resilient. No.
Hey, the archers stabbed someone in the eyes.
Ouch.
Nice. So after that brutal display, that is going to be the end of the combat phase. And indeed the end of the turn. I'm just going to say this straight up. I will spend my last CP to Inspiring Presence the Savage Orcs. So they will not run away because they did lose 5 this turn. That's my last CP. But I won't have any for my turn.
So I have a couple of bravery possibles. They don't think they'll fail because they only lost 1.
Yeah.
These guys get +1 to their bravery from being near him anyway.
Nice.
But I can still roll a dice because I suffered.
Yeah. If you roll a 1.
I can't fail, but if I roll a 1, I get some back. I didn't.
Do not. He rolls a 5. Okay.
+3 is 8, so it's not 11. It's not less than 11.
No problem at all. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the turn. Nick holds 1, he holds 2. He does not hold more than me, and he did get his battle tactics, so it's another 4 points, putting you to 8 to my 4. But we're going to go into my turn 2 now, coming up in just a sec.
One more thing at the end of the Battle Shock phase is this guy doing his Endless Gift. On a 4+, he'll get those wounds back. He's only actually lost 1 wound. Nice!
So, start of the hero phase, turn 2 for the Bonesplitterz. So what am I going to do? My battle tactic is going to be conquer. If you please may follow the tape measure, I'm going to try and conquer this objective here. So that will be with these very fast lads over here. They're gentlemen and scholars. They are going to speed on their steeds. Moving on, so rest of the start, I've got a heroic action. I'm going to try and generate a command point with this war dog. So on a 4+, yes, okay, nice. That is my at the double right there. That's what that is.
And you're on 1 command point, aren't you?
Yeah, you see that? That's a 6-inch run. That's what that is.
I don't gain a command point for this phase because I did throw my general away. He buzzed over there and flied and died. So I'm on 0 CP.
But you can, on a 2-up with your heroic action, get CP if you like.
Yes, I will. I will try and do it with Gurk.
With Gurk.
Gurk himself.
Gurk himself. Yes, Gurk is a natural born leader.
It's him they're following all the time, not the 2 brothers on top.
Oh, absolutely. So now we're going to do some dances. I'm not going to do any. I'm not going to pop his big mask. It just. I have to. Okay. So I have to. I still got the big Wurgog mask. I have to sacrifice all casting, dispelling, and all casting and attempting to cast endless spells to stare at you on a 3-up multiple times. But then I could just die on a D6 mortal wounds. It's not worth it anymore.
How many times do you stare at me?
Until I want to stop or until I'm dead.
You give up all your spell casting.
Yeah.
To think really hard at me.
Yeah. So
for a 2 wound, for a 2 caster.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I'd give the mask to like one of the other guys.
You can't. It's in his war scroll now.
I know, but like.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, that's a bit of a shame. It is what it is, I guess.
No staring at me. What?
No staring.
Ravanax snapping George.
Well, first I need to do more start of the hero phase. So this Zogger is going to cast the going to dance the weird dock dance to give +1 to cast to the Wurgog.
Okay.
So, on a 3-up.
That's a cock dice.
I'll re-roll that.
What should be a 1?
No, it's cool.
My curse didn't
Gubbs
work.
is now +1 to cast.
Okay.
And Dispel and Unbind. This fellow, the other Wardock, will give Glyph Dock Dance. Nope, he fails. Okay. Right.
So he's failed 1 and he's failed 1.
I know,
so
yeah.
it's equal.
Yeah. They alternate who dances better. So it's a dance-off. It's an orc dance-off. So going into the hero phase proper, this fellow Wardock will cast Mystic Shield. Gets on a 6, you can try and unbind.
So I have 3 dispels.
You do.
So I will try and get rid of Mystic Shield in this instance, which I do.
You do, yeah, nice. Okay, so next, moving on, I'm going to try and cast Ravnak's Gnashing Jaws from Gubbs. I will use Master of Magic to re-roll that. Gets on an 8.
Oh yes, it's +1. So I need to see a 9 here, which I don't get.
Okay, so I'll set up Ravnak's, and it's basically going to just sit in here. Oops, my apologies. Poked a Puskul there. It's going to sit in there and then move around and do some shenanigans. And then second spell, I'm going to try and cast Curse of the Wereball for +1 to hit. I get it on a 9.
Is that, can it be target units, all units?
No, it's 1 unit wholly within 24.
Okay, and you've got 1 more spell.
I've got
after
1
this,
more spell left,
which
yeah.
is
Glowy Green Tusks, which is -2 rend on boars attacks.
I'll let this +1 attack go.
+1 to hit, run and charge. That's going to go onto these fellows over here, the Maniacs.
Yep.
Okay, so then I will try and cast Glowing Green Tusks. No pluses to this one because it's the Warlock doing it. I get it with an 8.
Try and dispel this. No, 7.
No, 7,
doesn't
fair
beat
enough.
it.
So, okay, so these Maniacs here have -2 rend on their boar attacks, and they're also +1 to hit, run and charge. Okay, so then I think that is my hero phase done. We're back to a battle tactic, Conquer. I'm going to try and conquer that. Oh, I did say it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys, I'm forgetting things.
And you used your free CP to get a CP.
Oh, I didn't have CP. This is just the at the double gem. So,
Yeah. At the double gem.
So go straight onto movement. These guys are going to burn it and go 18 and basically just go, what's up, guys? The one thing at the end of the hero phase, this fellow does need to move, the Ravnak's Gnashing Jaws. He's going to move 11, 12, 13. So this fellow is going to fly up and over these guys and land over here and kind of block your Great Unclean One in. And then I pick a unit and roll a number of dice equal to this roll, and each 6 is a mortal wound. I think it's a 6, it might be a 5.
So you roll that many dice, you say?
So I roll 13 dice, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. But let me pick the unit first, guys. Ravnax is going to target the Puskul Blightlords. Each 6 is a mortal wound. We're looking at 1, 2. 2 mortal wounds.
Shrugging it on 5s. I shrug 1.
So these guys are going to move their 12 and they're going to end up outside of 3 of the Puskul Blightlords, just wherever they end up, and we'll show you kind of how it all fans out. So these guys, you see these Savage Boar Boys kind of making a line through here, going past the Maniacs, whereas the Arrow Boys have shifted up. The Big Stabbers are just outside of 3. I might be a little close there actually. So just outside of 3. These fellows, I'm not sure, so I'll come back to them. The Arrow Boys are going to stay in combat because I'm going to fire some more arrows, I think. And of course, you've seen the Boar Boys. They've gone and spent their at the double to get onto that objective.
The dock?
The dock is just going to move to a more supportive role.
Behind.
Behind, yeah. And then the Wurgog, I think, if he's already wholly within 12, I think he's actually all right where he is, to be honest. If anything, I might get just outside of 3 over here, so he has more of a zone of control on his lads over that way. And yeah, that's okay to me, I think. So, we'll be back with some shooting coming up. So, I did end up retreating out of combat over here because then next turn that is a potential rally. Even if Nick gets the turn, because you can do it in any hero phase. And also I'm not going to get battered again because I don't have my 4-up ward anymore. That's gone for the game, which I think is it's really good against double turns. Like that 4-up ward, if your general's still alive, really like it just to blunt an assault and like an alpha strike. Yeah, actually pretty good. So we're moving on to the shooting phase. We're going to put all of these fellows into the Great Unclean One. So that's going to be 20 shots.
And that's -1 to save as well, because you're shooting a monster.
Because I'm aiming for their eyes.
Right, if you can get all his eyes.
Well, yeah, that's very true, actually. So that's 20 shots. I'm hitting on 5s, 6s explode. I'm really liking Spirit of Gorkamorka at the minute. Really, really cool for the Bonesplitterz. So here we go. 5s to hit, 6s explode. So we'll take out the 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. Not a bad shout, because all the ones that hit were basically 6s. So that's going to be 5 extra hits. Then wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds -1 because of that.
You're still re-rolling 6s to wound.
Ooh, yeah, okay. So 5. No, yeah.
And is it Ren? So
Ren.
4 up goes to a... No, 3 up. Sorry, 4 up goes to a 3 up because of Mystic Shield. Back to a 4 up. Failing 3.
Okay.
And disgustingly resilient, which I take 1.
Fair enough.
So yeah, continuing on with some shooting.
These fellows into the plague bearers, they will be -1 to hit though, because you're smelly. Hitting on 6s, but they explode. So I've got 2 hits. No wounds. Nice. And that's my shooting phase. We'll go with some charges. I'll go straight here. This is nice and simple. They're in. So there's...
Impact hits?
No.
Oh.
The boar boys on the flank there, they get +1 because they've got a banner, so they go 6. I'll show you where those guys end up. So yes, so basically these will end up the charge like so. The Warlock did end up retreating from combat. I completely forgot Zogger was alive and well, so because he shouldn't have been, let's be honest. But we'll go on to the combat phase because that is all my charges.
Yeah, the boar boys did finish their charge there.
Yeah.
And he's basically pointing and saying, "These are the boys that hit me. These did it."
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go with the maniacs first, I think, and we'll par them in.
As I'm being targeted by attack, all out defense.
Yeah, actually all the big stabbers might go instead. Because how long do your buffs last for your +1 attacks, sir?
Until my next hero phase.
Ooh, then I might need to think about it.
I won't all out defense because the Glotkin, who got his command ability, didn't get wholly within 12, and he's not a totem.
That's true, he's not a totem.
So Phil's going to roll some dice up.
Yes. Right, so these are the maniacs on top. They're hitting on 3s now because of Curse of the Werewolf. Oh, sorry. There was one thing I needed to say when I charged my boar boys in, and that is it's time to plunge the meat hogs into combat. That's for you, Dave. Okay, here we go. Let's roll to hit. Hitting on 3s, 6s are good. So we've got 2 extra hits from the 6s, 3s to wound, 6s are mortals. So we're looking at 1 mortal, and we've got 3, 6, 7, 8 saves.
8 saves, there's no Ren to this, is there?
No.
4 up. Oh dear.
Oh, that's a little less than good.
6 feel no pains. Disgusting
So
resilience.
4 wounds.
That's 4. So that guy that was on 5 wounds.
4 wounds.
He's now dead.
He's now dead, yeah. The boars are next, so they're hitting on 3s now because of all out attack. Not all out attack, Curse of the Wereboar. Hitting on 3s. 6s are good, and I've dropped the dice. Okay, nice. So take out the 1s and 2s. That was a fantastic spread of hits with 4 extra 6s. Yep. And then wounding on 4s. 6s are immortal instead, but these are -2 rend. -1 because you're munificent wanderers.
Yes.
Yep. So 4s to wound. So let's take out all the 1s, 2s and 3s. Okay, so we've got 1 mortal, and we're looking at 7 saves of -1 effectively.
So these are 5 up saves.
Mm-hmm.
Helped. 7 plus how many mortals?
1 mortal.
So 8 to shrug.
Yep.
Well, he's alive with
Nice.
he's alive with 2 wounds remaining.
Okay, so there's
But
one,
yeah, he's still left. So I'm probably going to have to go with them next before they die.
maybe. Okay, so say that again for me, sir.
Blighted weapon and the foul mouth parts of this particular Blight Lord into the big stabbers, and the rest of the attacks into the boars.
Fair enough.
The
Okay.
weird boy boars.
Maniacs.
Yeah. So 1 miss, but 1 is actually
Nice.
D6 hits, which is in fact 4.
Nice.
So 7 hits total.
Yep.
This math.
I'm not going to bother all that defense in here. I've got
And
CP.
6 saves to make.
Onto the stabbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 up saves. Okay, so that's 5 damage. I'll just roll the wards now for these. That's a cocked dice. Okay, so 1's down to 1 wound remaining so far, so 3 damage in the pool so far.
And the foul mouth parts, of which 2 hits
Yep.
and fail
No
to
wounds.
wound, which means I don't even kill a stabber base, which is absolutely...
I was expecting to lose 1 there, at least. So yeah, 1's down to 1 wound remaining on the stabbers.
Then continuing with the foul mouth parts on the boars.
Yep, bear with me 2 seconds, please. Okay, continuing on.
The foul mouth parts into the maniac boar boys. hitting all 4 times, and wounding 3 times.
And this was the mouth parts, wasn't it?
Yes.
6 up save. Nope. 3 damage in the pool so far. I'll just roll the wards now. 3 damage so far.
So 1 boar dead.
Yep.
Then we've got the blighted weapon into the boars, of which 2 misses and no exploding.
Cool.
And 3 wounds.
Any rend?
No.
6 up. Nope. How much damage?
Just 1 damage, please.
So 3 more damage. So 6 damage in the pool.
And then we've got the venomous stings, which are both going into the boars, and they're buffed attacks. So 4 to hit. 4 hits.
Yep.
And 3s to wound.
No save.
Minus 1 save. So then 3d3 for 3, 6, 7.
So 4, 5, 6, 7. More 6 up wards. Okay, so I make 2, so that's another 3, 5 damage, putting it to 9, 5 damage on, so that's 11 damage in the pool. So 1 is left with 1 wound remaining.
I've got more attacks.
Oh, there we go. Here we go, carrying on.
I got the Dolores toxin.
Oh, yeah,
the
cool.
bells I always leave till the end to be damaged.
Yep.
So they're hitting on 4s, 4 hits.
Yep.
And wounding on 3s.
No save.
Minus
4 more
2.
damage.
Yeah, so 4 more.
So I've got 1 wound left. He is dead. Valiant, but well done. So that is the maniacs going down. Dead skis. All right, so I'll come back with the big stabbers, I think. They're done. So I'll come with the archers. Oh, and in the end, Nick did not bring in the savage uruks. Just FYI. I'll go with the archers then. Can I still pile in?
So the battle, the one I have to do at the start of the combat phase, I'll just keep it as what I did last time because I didn't say anything different, which is the
fair enough.
fart.
So I won't go with them then. I will go with the big stabbers next instead.
Okay.
No, sorry, the boar boys, because the big stabbers might kill that one, then there'd be less attacks coming in at you. And I will all out attack the... oh, I don't need to. I've charged. I get +1 to hit and wound for charging with stickers and tusks, so I'll just pile them in. Right, so these are the lads on top, the Savage Boar Boys. They're hitting on 3s because of Tusker Charge and their stickers. 3s to hit, 6s explode. Let me just re-roll that one. Okay, so we've got 3 6s in there. Then we're wounding on 3s because I charged, and 6s are mortals. So we're looking at 2 mortals and we're looking at 6 saves.
No rend.
No rend.
4 up. Failed 2, and then 2 mortals plus 2 failed. Disgustingly resilient. Another 2 in the bank, so that will kill on the base.
One. And then I'll do the boars. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boars. No, sorry, 4 boars because one's out of range. Hitting on 3s and 3s, and all the 6s and gubbins. So I'll leave the...
Gubbins isn't here, is he?
Gubbins mixed Goldsplitter is. It's his cousin. So I've got 1 6. Then wounding on 3s, 6s are mortals. So we've got 1 mortal and 3, 6, 7, 8 saves.
8 saves,
Yep.
4 up.
Yep, no rend on this one.
4 to be taken, plus
1.
2 mortals.
Just 1 mortal, just 1.
Oh, just 1 mortal, so 5 disgustingly resilience. And save 1, so takes 4 wounds.
4 wounds. Nice.
So he's down to 3 and 1 base is removed.
Cool.
I will all attack from Gurk.
Yeah, fair enough. So, last, Gurk CP to all out attack.
Yep,
Yeah, I've still got... No, I haven't got any CP anymore. So, here we go. We've got 15 attacks coming in at me.
So, hitting on 3s.
Hitting on 3s.
But 6s are mortal wounds in addition.
Yeah.
And I did do the right fart, which is basically can't pile in.
Yeah.
So, only 1 mortal in addition.
Okay, 1 mortal in addition, and all hit... Well,
yeah, all hit.
All the rest hit, apart from 2.
Yeah. And then 3s to wound.
3s to wound. How many were looking at, sir?
9.
9. 3, 6.
Plus a mortal wound.
9 plus a mortal. Oh no, so I need to do my saves first. 6 up armor save.
The archers only have 6 up, not...
Sorry?
Oh, because you haven't got a shield.
I have no shield on these fellows. And then add 1 in. Ward save. 1, 2. You kill 3. 3 arrow boys die.
Good.
Decent. Yeah, just in case, I'm going to reiterate for anyone who's wondering, I'm not rerolling 6s to wound Nick because I'm the active player, just in case you are wondering, and there's 2 triggered effects. My mortal wounds happen on 6s. Nick's rerolls of wound rolls of 6 is auto on 6s, which is a very confusing sentence I just said. So that's why, just in case. Yes, so that's cool. 3 Uruks dead. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fellows attacking. One is the boss. So here's the boss hitting on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, you're over 10. 5s to hit. I've still got over 5 models, so that's 4 hits, or 5 or more. Wounding on 3s with the chomper. 6s are mortals. 1 mortal and 1 save.
1 save, failed it, and then 2 disgusting resilience.
So kills 1.
So kills 1.
And
I haven't lost any this time though.
No. Then I've got the arrow boys themselves. You might offer to some shots from the archers, maybe. We'll see. 4s to hit, 5s to hit. 6s are great, so add the 2 in there. 4s to wound. 1 mortal and 1 save.
1 save, saved,
Yep.
and a
mortal
disgusting.
save.
No.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just as an FYI, guys, I think I forgot to shoot with these guys in the shooting phase. If I did, oh well, never mind. And if I did shoot, then fair enough, nothing matters. If I didn't forget, sorry, I'm confused. I may have shot with them. I don't know.
I don't feel. Yeah.
I may not have. I can't remember if I'm honest with you. So we're going on to the
Continuing
big
with
stab.
combat phase. Proper.
Yeah, I just could not get my words out then. So 2 big stabbers. So that's going to be 6 attacks. And this is where I will spend my last CP for all-out attack from either one of my heroes onto them.
Yep.
So I'm hitting on 2s now. 6s do not explode because there's not 5 of them. Okay, so all hit. I'm wounding on 3s. And then 6s are 2 mortal wounds instead of. Okay, so we've got 2 mortal wounds and 3 saves of -1 effectively because of your Munificent Wanderers.
So 3 5-ups.
Yep.
Past 2.
So they're 2 damage apiece and then the 2
So
mortals.
4,
So
6 mortals.
Yes.
But he's only on 3, so I
Yeah.
think he's dead.
Have I
He
got him?
dead.
I got him? Fair enough. Just about.
So he dead.
He did.
And that'll be the end of round. There's some bravery to do.
Yes, there is. There is indeed. So I will roll for these archer boys. Bravery 3, so they lose an extra 1. So I'll lose this fellow to bravery. And then your guy over here.
Yeah.
I think he's fine, actually.
Also, the Great Unclean One suffered 1 wound in the combat in this turn.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
From shooting.
Oh, yeah.
But you can only from the new rules of
Yeah.
Endless Gift, you can only restore them in the battle shock phase from once he's taken this turn.
Okay.
So on a 4+, he won't have suffered it.
No,
He
he's
didn't.
fine.
It's on 15.
Yeah.
And he's dead, so he didn't take a bravery.
No. Oh, yeah, good point. He's not actually there.
So going on to
Well, let's go to scoring.
scoring.
So I hold 1, I hold 2. I do hold more now because I've got 4 objectives. I did score my battle tactic for 2, so it puts me on 5 points because I conquered that objective. And also I'm going to raid it for an extra 1 VP. So I will gain 6 points this turn, putting me to 6 to Nick's, so putting me 10 to Nick's 8, I believe. And then we'll roll off for some priority, I think, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over to you.
Over to me to roll for the initiative step.
Yep.
I got a 5.
Nice. I need to get a 6. I do not.
You do!
Oh, I do! Oh, I do! I can see
Do you
it.
want it?
Oh, God, I don't know. Let me have a think. I probably do, but we'll see. Welcome back. So I'm going to take the turn for turn 3, I think. I've got some plans within plans. So we'll be back with, well, we'll just go straight into it if you're ready, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. So start of the hero phase. I'm going to pick my battle tactic of Savage Spearhead. Get 2 units wholly within Nick's territory. It's going to be quite easy to do, if I'm honest. Nick does need to burn an objective.
I'll be burning objective number 6 over there.
The safest one for me? Yeah.
It's an interesting choice though, because like there is possibility for me taking it, but at the same time it's harder to take, and I'm not going to get an additional. So I think the 2 middle ones are the ones we're fighting for here.
Yeah, no, I understand that completely. So yeah, carrying on, I am going to go for Savage Spearhead. So I need 2 units wholly within Nick's territory at the end of this turn, which I think I can get quite easily, as I said. I've also got to do a heroic action, so I'm going to attempt to... Oh, I have 2 CP, Nick's at 3.
I'm not. I'm at 2.
Oh yeah, you're at 2. Yeah, you're at 2 CP.
Because I don't have a general on the battlefield.
You just haven't had a general game, to be fair.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I threw him away. Didn't I, folks? I don't know.
You may have. So I think for my heroic action, I am going to... I don't know, there's not really much for me to do. I think I'll just generate a CP with Gubs.
Yeah, ready
Why
for a
not?
rally.
Yeah. I get it. So okay, so this CP is a rally CP.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I think it has to be the unit champion, you know? Like, just as an FYI, I think unit champions have to rally, or they have to be alive. We'll have to check, but it's an interesting little bit of wording that I noticed the other day, so... So, ignore me that last clip because I'm talking out of my bum. I must have read it somewhere else. So I'm going to spend that CP immediately for rally onto the Savage Boys.
Rolling 7 dice.
I get 2 back. Fair enough. Can't complain at that. Not bad at all. So just adding more to the ranks of the Savage Boys. More start of the hero phase shenanigans. So this fellow is going to pray for healing.
You mean do a dance for healing?
Maybe do a dance for healing. Yeah, no, I'll do this fellow first. This is the easier one. He's going to try and dance for +1 save. He gets it. He'll put it on the archer unit because it's the only one really relevant. Because these guys are definitely not in range. And this fellow, I think, is going to pray for the weird dance again. It's either healing or weird dance. And
Is that the one the weird dance that gives you +1 to your magic?
actually, I am going to pray for +1 save. Actually, just thinking about it. Nope. Every time a 1 and they succeed. Every time.
So, they're having a dance off, bro.
Easy. So we'll go straight into the spells. This fellow's going to attempt to cast Glowing Green Tusks, needing something. 6 does get it, so you might as well try and
Try
deny.
and combine with the Grey Unclean one. Oh,
No.
I get a sec, so I fail.
So Glowing Green Tusks into this unit of Boar Boys. So they are -2 rend. Curse of the Wereball coming out from Gubs. Yep, gets it on an 8.
Yeah, I'll try and dispel this. This is +1 to hit, isn't it?
+1 to hit, run and charge. Nope,
I
sorry.
failed. I can apparently only roll a 6.
Onto this unit. So
Yep.
They are super buffed Boar Boys. So then moving on, not sure about his second spell yet. This fellow is going to try and cast Arcane Bolt, I think. Yeah, Arcane Bolt. Gets it on a 10.
You can have it.
Nice. Yeah. Zap. And then Gubs is going to try and cast Mystic Shield.
Okay.
On a 7, does get
Will I get anything other than a 6? I got an 8!
Yay, no Mystic Shield.
No Mystic Shield for you, sir.
Nice, nice. Oh, and they are +1 save because of the dance. Right, that is my hero phase shenanigans done. So at the end of the hero phase, this thing has to move. So we'll roll 3 dice. You're at 15 wounds, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because you healed 1 back. So it's going to move 9. And basically clip these fellows and jump here.
Okay.
So I roll 9 dice. 3, 6, 9. And every 6 is a mortal wound. Take 1 mortal wound.
I will take your mortal wound and I'll raise you a disgustingly resilient, which I save.
Nice.
So I don't take your wound,
Yeah.
sir. No jaws
Straight.
are going to scare me.
That's fair. I respect that a lot. We're back with movement phase, and I'll show you kind of... We'll do a summary because a lot of things are in combat, a lot of things are kind of just going to finagle. So we'll just show you the end of the movement phase, I think, for this one.
After these boars move, Gurk is going to turn around and be like, my objective, and try and redeploy.
Nice.
He deploys 2.
2.
Which puts me in range of the objective, though.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
are 5
definitely.
bodies on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
These boars ending their move 3 away over here.
Mm-hmm. The archer's going to move up 5 because they're pretty, actually, kind of safe right now. And these guys just going to move up.
Quickly take my wounds to 15.
Yep, that's fair. And then all of these guys are basically going to kind of swarm near the Great Unclean One, I think, because I'm just going to get stuck in, I think, this turn. So yeah, I'll show you how the rest of it ends up. Right, end of the movement phase. I'm not going to bother retreating the arrow boys. They are going to be there until the day they die, which will be shortly. And now that I'm thinking about it, oh no, because you can just charge it into the air. I'll keep you.
Well, no, all you'll be taking off me is a unit to select from, and the fact that
Okay, so you only have 1 guy in at the minute, and I've got 2, so maybe it is better to retreat so I at least get the point for holding this at the end of this turn.
Okay.
That's the better choice. That is definitely the better choice. So I will retreat from over here, and you move the Wardock.
it's got an arcane bolt.
He does have an arcane bolt. He
Watching
will
it live, folks. We've already redeployed. We
Yeah.
redeployed Gurk and his friends, brothers.
and his friends. Because then at least I guarantee you won't kill any in the combat phase that you can take that objective. Okay, so there we go. They can't shoot. That's nice and easy. So we'll move on to the shooting phase. Oh yeah, Savage Orcs have swarmed around the Great Unclean One. Big Stabbers outside of 3, but I can't be asked to balance them. Warlock just going to support these units here, and then you see both units of Boar Boys, what they've already done just to swarm up and around.
Gurk did redeploy too, you saw that?
Yes.
But he's now on that objective, so he counts as 5. But I'm probably going to see 10 Boar Boys on it in a minute.
Hopefully, that's the plan, but we'll have to find out. So let me get some dice, and I'm going to shoot the Great Unclean One. Here we go, 20 shots into the Great Unclean One, the big smelly. Any 6s to see? I can see 1 6 in there, and I think that's it.
2
but that's
sixes.
Oh yeah, there is. That's a stellar roll. Wounding on 4s. Sorry, did you want to work defense or anything, or are you saving a CP?
Yeah, I'll work defense.
You will. Okay. So that's
because I spent 1 to redeploy, and actually, no, I don't think I will. I don't think I need to.
That's fine.
It's fine. I'll save it for combat.
7 at -1.
So holding that Mystic Shield for a while.
I think I need to re-roll this. There we go. So 1 less because of your nauseous revulsion.
Okay. So 6 saves.
Yep.
I am mystically shielded, but I am also taking rend from the bows. So 4s. That's a lot of 1s, folk, but a couple of 6s. You don't take the mortal wounds back, by the way. Unless you're in combat.
Yeah.
So these are disgustingly resilient now saves, which I only pass 1.
Oh, so 3 wounds.
Unless that's a cock dice. So
Up to you.
You can decide. It's 3 wounds taken. So
3 wounds.
Go to 12.
Go to 12. Nice.
And no more shooting.
No more shooting indeed. So
Just some charges.
Yeah. So we'll start off with the one that actually matters. It's the Boar Boys. So I get +1. I get +2 to this. Okay, I'll show you where they end up. That's an 8.
Finishing the charge like so.
Next unit of boars next to them. Getting +1 to this. Oh, okay, yeah. Lots, so that's a 10-inch charge. So they're going to basically meet in the middle and go, "Hi Gary, what are you doing here?" "Yeah, just charging some Plague Bearers."
Me too!
"Oh my god, what are the odds?" Sweet, and that's that. Then, we've got the big unit of Savage Boys and the Big Stabbers to go in. So the big unit of boys first. Getting a 9 because they get +1 for their drummer or banner. I can't remember which one. I'll show you where they end up. Whoa. Big Stabbers next. They've got a bit of a longer charge because I've moved the boys up there. But as I was just saying, I don't really mind if they don't make it. So, no, they fail. I'm not going to spend a CP to re-roll that.
Okay.
Cool. That's the end of my charge phase. So, going on to the combat phase, I honestly don't think your Great Unclean One is going to do enough damage to my boys to do anything to them, if I'm honest.
Okay, so still at the start of the command.
Yeah, you do what you need to do.
He's going to do one evening my blissful swell was seeping.
Okay.
And that basically means 6s to hit are a mortal wound in addition to normal damage.
Cool.
That's an aura, but Plague Bearers aren't involved.
Yeah, that's fine. But I am going to go with the Boar Boys that are buffed first over here. So,
this is the orange banner buys.
The orange banner dudes. And I'll get a load of dice and then I'll roll them up and hopefully do some damage. Right, so going with the meat hogs first. Time to plunge my spears into the depths of your Nurgle goodness. There ain't no entendre here. So these are the guys on top. I'm technically hitting on 2s, but you can't get 2s because can't stack.
You might want to hit me still.
Oh, so I'm +2 effectively, so it does help.
Okay, so you're hitting on 3s.
Yes, because I'm +1 to hit for Curse of the Werebore and I'm +1 to hit because I'm charging. So, yeah, okay, cool, nice. Here we go. Hitting on 3s. 6s are multi, so I'll just add those 2 misses back in. Wounding on 3s, 6s are mortal. So we've got 3 mortal wounds, and we're looking at 5 saves.
No rend.
No rend.
5 saves of 5 up.
Are you sure it's 5 up, not 4 up?
I'm 5 up. I'm not within range of a demon here.
Ah, yes, he's not a demon. Okay.
So, and then how many mortals?
3 mortals.
So 5 disgustingly resilient. So 3 Plague Bearers drop.
So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boar attacks. Well, 5 boars attacking. Hitting on 3s goes to 4s. 6s are good.
But they got the spell and the thing off, didn't they? So they're getting +2 to hit and -1.
Oh, they bloody are as well. So there was only 1 miss, but the 6 makes up for it. So then wounding on 3s, 6s are mortal. Okay, so we are looking at 3 mortals and let's have a look. 9 at Rend 2, but Rend 1 because you're Munificent Wanderers. So 9 saves of -1.
9 saves.
So 6 up.
Yep.
So 2, so that's 3.
And then this many
7.
plus how many mortals? 3.
Yeah, so 10 shrugs.
Even though we shrug a fair few, it's the unit dead.
The unit
It's
has
7.
been wiped from that. Right, great and clean one into the Savage Uruks, and this is the mark left by the Boar Boys in the back there. Okay.
So, it's an additional attack from the Plague Fail because Gurk has used his command ability.
Nice.
He's still sticking around,
Yeah,
the Lords
yeah,
of
yeah.
Nurgle.
Cool.
And I'm hitting on 2s because I all-out attack.
Nice.
And 6s are mortal wounds.
Nice, that's
So
3
that's
mortals.
in addition.
Yeah, so 3 mortals.
I'm just going to double check it's not.
It is definitely in addition.
Okay, so yeah, 4 hits
Yep.
for 3 mortals. Then wounding on 2s with a Plague Flail. I want to double check. I think it's 3s because he suffered more than 3 wounds because he was. Yes,
Oh, okay, fair enough, but that's
So,
okay.
yeah,
So,
so
that's 3
3
minus.
-1.
Oh, I was going to all-out defense if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
That's, yeah, okay, so down to 1 CP. So minus what, sorry?
-1.
So 5 up. Okay, it wouldn't have mattered. So how much damage?
2.
So 2 more damage than Paul, so that's 5 wards so far. Carry on.
Then we've got Doomsday Bell for 5 attacks because it's an additional one including Gurk. And he's hitting on 3s.
2 mortals.
2 misses and 2 mortals.
Nice.
And then wounding on 3s.
2 more.
2.
Minus.
-1.
Okay, so I make 1 fair one. How much damage?
1.
1. Okay. Oh, I don't know why I wrote that, but that's another damage. That's 1 damage in the pool properly so far. And the Nurglings.
Yeah, so an additional Nurgle attack, but still hitting on 5s. Nothing.
Okay, so then I've got these ward saves at +1 because I've already taken the ward. So I'm taking 6 wounds total. That's going to be 3 Oryx dying, going down in a blaze of glory. Okay, so I've got 20 guys in range. So it's 41 attacks. I'm going to roll 20 twice and then +1 dice for the next roll.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s. 6s explode because I've still got loads of them. Okay, so we'll take out the 1s, 2s and 3s. And I think there's only 1 extra hit in there. Normally wounding on 4s, but now wounding on 3s because I made a charge move with Primal Surge. Okay, so we're looking at 1 mortal and 5 saves.
So the 5 saves at 3 up because I have Mystic Shield on.
Yep.
2 went through, and then
one
there was
mortal.
1 mortal.
Yep, so
so he was
3.
disgustingly resilient, which you take 1 back,
Oh,
and
nice.
I take 2. So
Nice.
down to 10 wounds.
Okay, and I'll save the ward for at the end there. So then I'll do this again
With an extra attack.
with an extra attack, which I've done. Cool, so hitting on 4s, 6s explode. Okay, take out the 1s, 2s and 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s there.
Blimey.
Nice, alright. And then 3s to wound. Oops. So then we're looking at 3 mortals and 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 saves.
11 saves of 3 up. Failing 4.
Yep.
And how many?
3 mortals.
3 mortals as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, 7. 7 disgusting resilience, of which you take
Another
1 mortal
mortal.
back and another 4 suffered.
Okay, cool. Another 4
So it's
suffered.
down to 6.
Down to 6 wounds remaining, and I've got 2 mortals to save because of the pinging back. So it'll kill this guy.
Good.
Not the banner, this guy.
You don't have any command points, do you?
Yeah, I've got 1 left.
Oh, you did have 1 left.
Yeah, yeah.
Saved it for probably Inspiring Presence.
I haven't lost many this. Oh, I've lost 4, so yeah, I probably will. Or I might just roll it. I don't know yet. Okay.
Going into my turn is going to be really difficult, though,
So
because I don't have any command points.
yeah, so we'll go at the end of my turn. So I'm going to hold 1. I hold 2. I hold more than Nick. I got Savage Spearhead for an extra 2, and I'm going to raid it. I'm going to burn his 1 for an extra 1 to bring me to 16 points to Nick's 8, going into Maggotkin of Nurgle turn 3. Yeah.
11 wounds were suffered because he was on. Is that right? Yeah. No.
Yep.
9 because he's on 6 wound sending.
Oh yeah, good point.
So these can come back on be healed on a 4+. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Nice.
5. So
That's
he's only
really
on
good.
11. He only actually covered that. It was
Really good.
Psych!
Nice. I'm not going to roll it because I gain a CP because my general's alive anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go to 0, then we'll go into your turn and I'll gain another one back
Yeah.
automatically. So, yeah. Auto-passing battle shock.
Nice!
Ah.
And that's the only battle shock to be had. There's no damage over here. These guys could have piled in if they wanted to.
Nope. they good.
So it's on to Maggotkin of Nurgle.
Turn 3.
Turn 3. So the battle tactic will be conquer. So it will be objective number 4 over there. So I can literally just walk those plague bearers.
I never arcane bolted. Oh well. Never mind.
Fizzled.
Never mind.
It blew up in his pocket.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can literally just walk those plague bearers onto that unit and capture that point.
Yep.
So I'll go through conquer.
Yep.
And for my heroic action, I will do a command point with Gurk.
Yep. On a 2 up.
On a 2+. I don't
get it.
So I have 0 CP to
Okay,
work
I've
with.
got 1, and I'm going to try and generate one, I think, with this guy? No, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll generate it with Gubs. Nope, failed. Okay, 1
So
CP.
just as miserabilized. Then I'm going to roll for rampant disease.
Oh yeah, okay.
So on...
D3 units.
Yep. So 2 units. So I'll choose the big stabbers and this guy.
Perfect, yep.
And he just
mortals.
takes D3 immortals. So what's his name?
Zogga.
Zogga takes 3 mortal wounds.
Oh, I don't think he might not live this. He's dead.
And the big stabber unit takes
1.
1.
Yeah. So that'll kill that.
So that gets
Nice.
a bit of a
Great,
base.
good start.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good start. So then we're on to contagion points. So I get 3 for being in your territory, 3 for being in mine. I don't get any additionals because we each have units in each other's territory. And I got 3 trees. And I did check with Phil. He is outside of 1 inch, so he's not turning off this one.
Not turning off, no.
So it's 3, 6, then plus D3. So, oh my god.
Nice.
So 15.
15 points.
15 on top of the 4 I already have, which is 19. So I'm probably going to be summoning something for 14 points.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Just to get in the game. I'm hoping I can get something around here to push.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it ends up.
All right, cool. Anything else? Oh, we've got some spells to do.
Yeah, so I'm wholly within 14 for these guys. So he's going to try and do... he's going to try and do Freshly Abundance on them.
Fair enough.
Which he fails.
Oh, every time.
And I'm going to try and do... Oh, I could do an Arcane Mystic Shield instead of the... I'm not doing damage this turn.
It's true.
So I'm going to try and go for an Arcane Shield.
Mystic Shield.
Mystic Shield.
Yep, cool.
On the...
Nice. Great and clean one?
Yeah, I'm thinking if I want to stay in combat though, like to be
You don't
honest.
have to, yeah. You could just trudge on out there.
I feel like he's not going to be doing enough damage and it's going to be more attacks for you. And if I get a turn, it's
that's
going to be
fair. So maybe Mystic Shield yourself, maybe the Glotkin.
Yeah. No. We're going to
No?
put fresh... We're going to put...
Blades.
Blades of Putrefaction on there.
Fair enough.
8.
8. I'll try and deny. I've still got 3 unbinds. I deny with a double 6, sir. Take
Damn
that.
you.
Take your magic.
Then I will do... Oh, sorry. Healing D3.
Oh yeah,
At
of
the
course
start.
he does. We forgot
He
about
does
that.
that. For 3.
Nice.
So it goes back up to 14.
Okay, he's not dying.
Survivability.
He's not dying this game.
And then
That's
we're
fair.
going to try... I don't have a CP, which really sucks.
Yeah.
So Flaming Weapon kind of loses its at
Yeah.
the moment. Maybe an Arcane Bolt is better?
Could work.
No, we'll go for Plague Wind.
Oh, nice. Okay, Plague Wind.
This
Here we
is
go.
an 8 spell. So it is cast on a 7, like every goddamn spell.
Yeah, I'll try and deny.
Cast on a 10.
Nope,
I get it.
Yep.
Let's read this one. Pick a line within. Pick a point on the battlefield and then draw a line. Each unit, friend or foe, hit by it suffers D3 mortal wounds. If it's Nurgle, it heals.
Okay.
So I think the best line to go is that
Yeah,
way.
100%.
So it's going to hit
3
this
units.
unit here
Yep.
for D3, which
Yep.
is 3.
Nice.
The big stabber for 2.
Yeah.
And the Araboys for 2.
And you don't have to roll, it just happens.
It just D3.
That's cool. So the savage guys, savage boys, take 3. The big stabber takes 1. And the Araboys take 1. Nice. I'll mark them up. Flaming Weapon, the last final spell.
Cast on a 9.
I've got 1 unbind left. Nope, goes
He's
off.
flaming.
I didn't specify who it was from, so I'm not going to use this. It didn't work if I used Master Magic, so.
So he has
There we go.
Flaming Weapon,
Cool.
which we'll not mark with that. Mark with this.
Flaming
And
ass weapon.
He did do some damage this turn.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
see where we can get him.
So I think it's time for movement, isn't it?
Yes.
Nice. Right, so what's happened at the end of movement, Nick?
So Gurk has, even though I didn't get a command point, I still feel like I've got monsters that can do things. So I'm going to try and push towards Phil's line to score some battle tactics later. The Plague Bearers have got equal in range, so they're going to try a charge there to get on. Gurk's going to try and stomp over here, or not stomp, but charge in to do his ability of -1 to hit, which is when he's in combat. As I got the sword off, I'm going to leave the Great Unclean One in combat, because it means that there's 2 targets for him to be attacking. I was thinking of sending them back this way, but I just don't want to move my monster the opposite direction for my battle tactics. Plague Bearers moved 4 away from the boards. There was no redeploys to be said.
Yep.
So all that it is left to do now is the shooting.
Go for it.
So we're going to have Gurk. He's going to basically do his hit on 3s. He hits. And he needs 4s to wound some orcs. He fails.
Okay, fair enough.
And then we have D6, that's drop dice, D6 vomits from the Great Unclean One, which is 1 as per usual, which hits on a 3, which hits, and then wounds on a 4.
That minus
1.
I make it.
Damn it.
Okay.
Then we've got some charges.
Nice.
So we'll start with Gurk.
Oh, hang on. Before you do that, it was meant to be the end of the hero phase. The Ravnak Snatching Jaws will move. Completely forgot. So that is going, whatever that is, 14 inches. Basically, it's going to hit Gurk and come back. And just, I'll show you where it ends up. So a little bit out of sequence there, but that's where it's going to end up. So I roll 14 dice, and each 6 is a mortal wound to the Glotkin. 2 mortal wounds, sir.
Cool, he goes down to 16.
Nice. Good stuff. Cool, all right.
Charges.
Charges.
The Glotkin. 4.
5 inches.
Just off 5, yeah, 5.
In he
Just
goes.
in here, and
Crunch.
I'll go to like
Yep.
there.
Cool.
The Plague Bearers over here. Getting a whopping 10. I think I'll try and get some Rat Browns as much as I can. Do you have Mystic Shield on them?
They've got the Glyph Dance.
Glyph Doctor, yeah.
Unleash so we'll wrap them in. I might Unleash Hell. I'm going to have a think about it though. So ending the charge like that, I'm not going to spend my 1 CP to Unleash Hell. I need to save it for more important things like an Inspiring Presence. So moving on.
So start of the combat phase, we have Gurk. I roll 2 dice, and if I beat your bravery, it's -1 to hit for that Uruk unit.
Bravery currently.
No, really needed that, but double 1s are just coming up all day today.
Yes, that's what it is.
He is going to do +1 attack for Nurgle demons within 14 of him. So it will affect the Great Unclean One and those guys.
Yeah, cool.
Then will he weather the storm?
Well, look how much damage you've now got left on him. He should. I don't have +1 to wound anymore.
But you're not. The -1 was really going to make my choice easier over here. But I'm thinking maybe Flaming Weapon to take some guys down.
Yeah. Okay. Up to you.
But it's going to be the Plague Bearers because that's the better choice. Get as many attacks, get rid of that objective, and get my battle
Just
tactic.
secure the objective. Get
so
it
there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that's 22, 23 attacks.
23 attacks coming in hot. So you may be wondering why Nick hasn't summoned. It's because he's waiting for the big 2-1 points. So just in case you are aware. So here we go. How many attacks?
21.
21 attacks.
Yeah, because there's.
Yeah.
Sorry, 23.
23 attacks.
Yeah, with the champion and 11 guys. Hitting on 4s.
Hitting on 4s.
No 6s are special here because no spells were cast in the making of this video.
Indeed.
3s to wound.
Hell yeah.
That's a pile of shame right there.
Oh, there's a 3 in there, yeah. 3, 6, 7.
Yes.
So 5, 6, 7. I've got 5 up saves because they are Glyph Doc Dance. Okay, and then ward saves. Okay, so 1 dies and 1 takes a wound. Nice. So this guy dies. And the next fellow along takes a wound. Good stuff. Thank you, sir. Right, so I'm going to do the Savage Boys next because it just kind of makes sense. I'll pile in and then we'll show you all the attacks. So after piling in the Savage Uruks, I'm going to have 8 guys swinging into the Maggotkin and 10 into the big guy, the Great Unclean one. So the 8 into the Maggotkin, hitting on 4s, because I'm not spending a CP for anything. 6s explode. So take out the 1s, 2s and 3s. And we've got 4 6s in there. Then we're wounding on 4s, but 6s, because of Icebone or a mortal wound. So we're looking at 4 mortal wounds and 3 saves at no rend.
So 3 4-up saves.
Yep.
Failed
So
it,
seven
so 7
wounds.
wounds. So he goes down to 9.
9 remaining.
And the reason why we're not doing any monstrous shenanigans here, folks, monstrous reactions, is because they are Hunters of the Heartland.
Yes, they are indeed. Sorry, I'm just getting dice, guys. 21 attacks into the Great Unclean one, hitting on 4s, 6s explode. Well, that's a lot of 6s, but then there's some misses, so it kind of balances out. Actually, there is only 1 non-6 in there.
So an extra 7 dice.
Is it a 7? Yeah, it is. 3, 6, 7. Winning on 4s, 6s are mortals. So we've got 1 more, that was nothing, 1 mortal wound and 4 saves.
No rend to this.
Nah.
So it's a 4-up save.
Yep.
I tank 2, and then how many mortals?
Just this, the 1 mortal, wasn't it?
So 1 mortal and 1 failed save to disgustingly resilient. I do suffer
Take a
only
wound.
1 wound.
Fair enough.
And
One
now
wound.
you've done that, I guess it doesn't really matter which monster I go with. So we'll see what Gert can do now he's suffered a load of damage.
Nice. 4 of Gurk's talons coming in hot.
In on 4s.
Yeah.
Well, that's cocked dice. Still a 1, folks.
Okay.
3's to wound. I'm going to check it's not 2's to wound.
Okay, 3's to wound or 2's to wound.
It is 2's to wound.
Oh, it's
for his
2's, nice.
tentacle.
Minus?
-2.
Oh, -2. Okay.
Yeah, and then 2 damage apiece.
4 damage into pool so far. I'll just do the wards for them now. I take 4 damage.
The Lamprey Maw hitting on 4s, which hits with a 6. That's amazing.
Did you get an extra attack?
No.
Oh, no.
I haven't got any of
Yeah.
that shenanigans.
Fair
I did
enough.
the because he's not a demon.
That's fine.
Then 2 to wound, which wounds
Minus?
-1.
One. Fail.
D3 for 3.
3 more damage, 3 more wards. So I've taken 4. Taken 7 damage so far in the pool.
And then Otto's Scythe, which hits only once because
Okay.
he's clearly an idiot,
Yeah.
and wounds once.
Does wound.
Which has a rend of 1.
Fail.
D3 for 2.
2 more damage. Sorry, dice rolls are going fast here, guys. 1 more, so that's 8 damage in the pool. So that's going to be 4 Uruks slain. Here we go. So the archers are going to attack. All of them are in range. Here's the guy with the chomper first. He hits once, and then he doesn't wound. And then the archers themselves, hitting on 5, sorry. It's a good job I didn't. So 1 hit, doesn't wound. There we go. Archer's done. Huzzah.
Cool, the Great Unclean one.
Great Unclean one. Here we go. Plague Flails.
Hitting on 3s.
Plus 1 attack because of the bar piper. Oh, damn. That's a shame.
He's wounded. So he's taken... Yes, he's 3s to wound.
Okay.
Wounded, -1.
6 up. Fail.
3 damage because of
Oh,
the
nice.
flaming weapon.
So 2 damage in the pool so far.
Then we've got the Doomsday Bell, has an
Yep.
extra attack because I'm in range of 1 mauling my Pestial with sweeping, which
Yep.
is an extra attack to all demons within 14. So that is hitting on 4s. Hits worse. And then 3s to wound, come on. Yeah, 2 wounds at -1.
Fail both.
2 wounds. Sorry, two damage apiece because
Okay.
of the flaming weapon.
It's 4 more damage in the pool. So it's 6 damage.
And the Nurglings, that's what they're here for. To watch Nurglings attack.
1 hit.
1 hit. Oh. And not a wound. But it would have been a 2 damage Nurgling somehow.
Amazing. So that's going to kill 3 lads dead
3 more
Gone.
lads. 3 more full lads.
3 more full lads.
That's like 7 lads total.
You killed
Have you
a lot
got a
of
command
lads.
point left?
I do, yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah, I saved it for purely this reason. So I'll remove 3 guys. So rolling for this guy, hits you on a 4.
Hits me on a 5, doesn't he?
Hits you on a 5.
He hit anyway,
he hits.
but it's 2 hits. Oh,
No,
5
no,
rolls.
yeah, exactly. 3's to wound. It wounds. I don't think there's any rend. Roll your save and I'll check.
It's a 4
what
up
you're
because I'm
doing.
within range of a hero.
Well, you
Nope.
fail. I think it's D3 damage.
Classic old wizard save.
Kind of, yeah. Let's have a quick look, guys. Wardock. Okay, click. It is -1 rend. Okay, D3, 2 damage.
So 2 disgustingly resilience. I
1.
save 1 and fail
Huzzah.
1. So I'll just take this guy off. He might come back later. Thanks for that, because I get to roll a battle shock test.
Very good point. Very good point.
So you suffered 1 wound. Oh, sorry, my turn. So I'll do bravery first.
Sure.
I lost 1. I can't
Yep.
fail, but on a roll of a 1, I can get models
Yeah.
back. Demons! Oh, only happened once, Phil.
And I've got an archer that's dead over here. So here we go, rolling it up. I fail.
And
So
they're
that's gonna
bravery
be
5, aren't they?
They're bravery 6, technically, with the banner.
Okay.
So that's going to 6, so it goes to 7. So 1 more flee, so it'll just be...
The wounded guy.
It's not going to be him because it's the boss, but yeah, it'll be this guy.
Okay. The boss is wounded.
Not anymore.
Okay. And then some bravery here, which you choose to auto
Oh,
pass?
yeah, 100%. Inspiring Presence by last CP, Inspiring Presence.
Cool.
Nice.
Then the all-important roll-off. I would
Yes,
like to win
priority
this
roll.
and actually
Oh,
do something.
I've got a bravery over here.
Oh, yeah, you do.
He's fine. It's bravery 6.
And there's only 1 wound suffered on the archers.
Yep.
Pretty productive turn, though, because
Not
I did get
bad.
rid of your
Yeah.
guy that was jigging. And there's
Yeah.
only 1 guy dancing, so now
Exactly.
there's a 50% chance that this guy's going to fail his dance.
It's true, or he's going to take on all the power of dance and just be 100%
And just
for the rest
bring
of
a
the
whole
game.
disco with him.
Exactly.
So into the roll-off now
Yeah,
for
priority
battle round
roll-off.
4.
Let's go. Whoa. What'd you
It's a
get?
4.
It's a 2.
I will take it.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, you do gain at the end of your turn. You hold 1.
I hold 2. Sorry,
you
hold 1,
Hold
hold
2, and you hold more.
more.
Nice. So that's 3 points. You get
And
your
then-
battle tactic for 2,
Yeah.
and you can burn it if you want.
I don't want to burn it because I
Okay.
want to remain holding it
Yeah.
and then gain more
Yep,
still.
makes sense to me. All right.
So yeah, going into Maggotkin of Nurgle, turn 4.
No. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Sorry. For some reason, I was like, I won the priority. Ah, it's not Nick's go. It's my go. Damn it. Start of the hero phase. Turn 4 for the Maggotkin.
So I'll start off by declaring my battle tactic, which will be Monstrous Takeover. So I'm going to try and capture that one, which
Hold
basically
it
just
with-
move Gurk.
Yeah,
over there.
basically. Yep.
I will, for my heroic action, kind of thinking a CP on a 2+, but the heal is much better right now.
Okay.
Because Gurk needs to heal up. Does he heal up? He does.
Yeah.
He heals 1.
1.
It's the famous 1, folks.
Yeah, or rolling way over your bravery. So what was your point total so far? Because we didn't mention it for the folks at home.
So I went from 8, gained...
So to 13?
Yes.
8 to 13. Okay, cool.
So it's 13 to
Nice.
16.
Nice, nice, nice.
Then
stuff.
contagion points, I have 3 for being in my territory, 3 for being in your territory, and then 3d3.
Yep,
And
so-
this is the turn, folks, where something big is going to come in. Probably some flies or I don't know.
3d3 plus
For
6.
trees, so
3,
6,
4,
7,
5.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Nice, 11 more contagion.
So 19 to 11 puts me to 30 contagion.
30 contagion, nice.
So I
Very
can just
cool.
summon another unclean one.
Yeah, yeah. You have another great unclean one?
No! So we've done heroic, we've done that,
Yeah.
we've done him, we've got some spells to do.
Yeah,
That's also in the hero phase.
that is a thing.
So we'll try again for the famous spells
Yeah.
that I can't sit down with.
Fleshy abundance.
So it's, fleshy abundance on this
Oh,
unit.
before you start rolling, did you want to try and dispel my endless spell? It's meant to be at the start of hero phase.
Yeah, I'll choose one of the casts
Sure.
from the Great Unclean one.
Go for it, mate.
Will be to try and dispel
Yep.
the endless spell, which I will fail.
I'll have a check, but I think that does fail.
I think it's cast.
Endless spell is sticking around. It is a casting value of 6.
We're going to try not popping any commands from my heroes. I'm going to save it for possibly an all-out attack later.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'm going to try Flaming Weapon on the Great Unclean one. Cast on an 8.
I'll try and Dispel or Unbind. It's meant to be with the Wargog. I'm going to try and re-roll that with Master of Magic. Nope, failed. Okay.
So he is all flamed up.
Flamed on.
Then going over to Gurk proper, we're going to, well, not Gurk, but the guy on top of Gurk.
Yeah.
Let's just say that it's Gurk doing all the jobs.
Of course.
The other two are just mindless
They're
zombies.
just really lazy.
They're puppets on the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So he actually has 3 brains. That's what it is.
Yeah, totally.
Because that's the way Nurgle works.
They're actually just growths that kind of vaguely look like people.
His brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do the Fleshy Abundance first, which we failed again. Because, guys, I can't roll a 7th magic, but I will still roll the dice. Because one day I'll get it, and you guys will enjoy it, and so will I.
I don't think I will.
We'll do 6s to hit, Blaze of Putrefaction, but we're going to do it on this guy.
Okay.
Failed by 1 point.
Okay.
Well, he tried, folks.
Yeah.
Then,
nice.
Yeah, so I think that's the end of the
hero phase.
Hero phase.
So I'm going to move Ravnex.
Yep.
I'm going to roll 3 dice. I'm going to move that far.
Moving the Ravnashing Jaws over there to actually stop me from scoring Monstrous Takeover.
Yep. Gonna did a thing, and now I'm gonna hurt the
Gurk.
How many wounds does your Sloppity Barpiper have? 5, I would assume.
Yes, 5. Yeah.
I'll do it to Gurk because 1 mortal wound.
Ouch.
Nice.
That's the one I healed back. Damn it.
Yeah. Cool. So movement phase.
So movement's going to be pretty simple here because everything's in combat, and the things I wanted to move, I now can't. Which
Correct.
may have even solidified the game right now.
May have done it. The endless spell of all things.
Yeah.
The endless bloody spell.
So we'll be back after I made a decision with movement.
Yep. So we are going to be back at the end of the movement phase. Again, it's just going to be a summary, so we'll show you where everything ends up. End of the movement phase, and you can see some reinforcements have come on, but there's not much else that's been moved. I think the only actual movement was these fellows.
And no redeploys to be said.
No redeploys, no.
So with this,
Yep.
Start the shooting phase off, throwing some Death Heads.
Yep.
Which, if I would have left Sloppy Barpiper a little bit closer, they would have got a buff, but they don't. So 3 Death Heads shooting at the Uruks that are in combat.
Okay.
2 hits.
Nice.
And I'm going to check if it's a wound on a 3+.
I'll roll my save and then we'll check. I fail my saves. There's 1 whole wound going through on a boy, which will kill one because there should be a floating wound, I believe, on them.
Okay,
What
did
do
you
we
take
get
your
rid
ward?
of? No, I haven't done my ward actually, to be fair. Nope, still takes 1. Nice.
Then Gurk's going to do his special tentacle one-shot wonder.
Yep.
Which hits.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to fail to wound, like so.
Yep, standard.
Then he's going to do Z6 Vomit.
Yep, 1.
3.
Oh, nice, okay.
Hitting on 4s. All hit. And wounding on that. I think it's 3s. We'll double check.
Minus.
I think it is. -1.
-1. 6 up saves. I fail 2. They're 1 damage apiece, aren't they, if I remember correctly?
I want to check the wording on Flaming Weapon.
I think it's you pick 1 weapon.
I picked 1 weapon.
Pick 1 weapon. Oh, we did it wrong. We did it wrong. It's pick 1 weapon, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, so that will be another Uruk dying. Yes, Flaming Weapon is pick 1 of the melee weapons. That's fine. We did get that wrong last turn. I'm not too worried about it. We'll remember going forward. Okay, carrying on.
He still has Flaming Weapon on him.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to do a charge here with the drones. We need a 9.
It's picking the Plague Flower as the Flaming Weapon, by the way.
Yeah, because it is flaming.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh. So the drones are going to try and charge with a 7. Not going to make it.
Does not make it.
So they're just there.
They're just chilling.
And then combat.
Combat phase.
We'll do early one evening. My pestle was sweeping, which is
sleep.
Oh no, sorry. The extra attack.
Yeah.
Which is within 14.
Continue.
And going into combat proper, I think I'm going to start off with a Great Unclean one.
Okay.
He's going to spend the only command point I've got for all-out attack.
Okay.
And he's going to attack.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. So let's roll it up. So what's first?
The flail. So it's an extra attack for being in range. Hitting on 2s.
Nice.
I think it's 2s. I feel like I got to check. So we're going to check. Get the card out. It hits on 3s, so it does hit on 2s.
What? Yeah, okay, hits.
And then 3's the wound. And there's the foe. There's the
2
foe.
at
Yes.
mine. I'm going to all out
-1.
defence. I'm
Yep.
going to all out defence in this turn.
Okay.
I've passed both.
Damn it! That was the damage.
That was the damage one.
4 Nurglings.
Down to 2.
Hitting on 5s. 2 hits.
Yeah.
And 1 wound.
Okay. 4 up save. I fail it. 1 damage, so 1 ward. Yep. 1 damage in the pool.
And the bell. Hitting on 3s because
Threes,
that's
yep.
on attack.
+1 to hit because of all out attack.
And wounding on for 4 wounds.
Minus.
1.
I'm fail 1. How much?
1 damage.
1 damage. Okay. Yep. Take another. So an orc dies.
Hoping he was going to do
Orc.
better.
An orc dies. Huzzah. I will pile in the Savage Orcs and attack everything I can into the Glock.
Oh, have I done the start of the combat phase with the Gurk to make you -1 to hit? I'll do that now.
I don't
quick.
think you have actually, so go ahead.
I'm going to roll over the bravery. And he does.
You
with
did,
10.
finally. They're -1 to hit. Cool. So yes, I'll pile them in. So I've got 8 boys striking into the Glotkin, 1, the champion no less, into the Great Unclean one. Hitting on 5s, because you're -1 to hit. 6s are great, so let's get rid of those. Ones,
I'm
2s,
not -1 to
3s.
hit. You are hitting at
Oh yeah,
-1.
good point. And then there's 3 6s. Wounding on 4s, 6s are mortals. So we're looking at 2 mortal wounds and 2 saves.
No Ren, so it's just a 4 up. +1
3
fail one,
three
so
damage.
3 damage, yeah, it's down to 6.
Down to 6 remaining. And then I've got my champion into the Great Unclean one. 5s to hit. Doesn't wound. There we go. Nice and easy. Cool.
Plague Bearers into them. Into the Archer boys.
Sweet. Here we go. So we've got 2 striking the dock and then lots into the Savage Orcs.
Sorry, 2 attacks onto the dock.
Oh, 2 attacks.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've piled him in towards the dock, but I mean, he's actually
Fair
slapping the unit. So 1 hit
1 hits.
and wounds
Yeah, nice.
the dock.
6 up. 6 up. Nope. 1 wound.
And then the rest of the unit, so I think it's 9 guys with a champion. Hitting on 4s,
Oh, sorry, I'm not filming. Hang on. There we go.
hitting with half,
Nice.
wounding on 3s for 8
8
saves.
saves. 3, 6, 7, 8. 6 up. Okay, making 1. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3 more orcs dying. So that's going to leave just the champion remaining. Oh, so I've taken Plague Bearers with me.
So literally, I don't score my battle tactic at all.
No.
I didn't get monstrous takeover.
Correct.
That
Correct.
sucks. And
Mendoza.
there's a dice in the Ravanax Russian door.
Yeah, I know, it's been there for a little while. Okay, so...
I've still got Gurk to
Oh, I
attack
suppose
with.
I should just attack. I'll do the Wardock. He hits. On a 5 as well. He wounds, -1.
I got with
So,
hero
normal
within range, so -1 +1.
So normal save, so 5 up. So he's fine, so you fail. 3 damage! 3 disgustingly resilience. Oh, okay, 1.
I'll just
1
take
dies.
this guy.
And just while we're here, because it doesn't affect anything, I might as well just do the archer.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1 hit, which is just a
2
normal
hits?
hit. No, not under 5.
Okay.
1 wound, but it's a mortal wound, so disgustingly resilient.
Nope. Takes
No,
it.
so takes another dies. Okay. Fine. Cool.
Then Gurk's time to
Yeah,
shine.
man.
Gurk's got less attacks, and
He's
Gurk.
feeling a bit rough, a bit under the weather. Let's have a look.
So he's got. How many wounds has he taken? He's on 6, so he's taken 12.
Yeah.
So he's on like 3 Gurk's flaming tentacle, which
Okay.
hit on 4s, 1 hit,
Okay.
and wound on 2, which does -2 rend, 2 damage.
So 6 up save because of all out defense. I fail. 2 damage.
Yes.
I take 1 damage so far.
Lompri Moore, hit
Okay.
and wounded.
Nice.
For
Minus.
-1.
Made it.
Damn it. Damn your 6s. Otto's Poison Slick Scythe. Oh, he can only ever hit once
I
in there.
know.
They're so far away.
It's mad.
He wounded.
He does wound.
-1.
So 5 up save. I fail
D3,
for
2.
2 damage. So I'm not catching these dice rolls. 2 wards. So 1. You kill an orc. An orc dies.
Cool.
Do you feel good about yourself killing that poor orc? He had a family, sir. He had a family.
So does the Glotkin.
Yeah, but his is with him.
His family's with him all the time.
All the time. Anyway, cool.
Brave.
So, going into the battle shock phase, we've got one for Nick here, so you can't fail, but, you know.
On a 1, I can get them back. Oh,
No.
that is 6 plus 2, which is 8, which is still not.
I've lost 3 archers. Yep, he's fleeing. Gone. And I'm going to spend a CP, going down to 1 remaining to auto-pass the Savage Boys in combat there. And that's going to be the end of your turn, isn't it? So you hold 1, you hold 2, you hold more for 3, but you didn't get your battle tactic.
Nope.
So that's going to put you to 16 to my 16 going into my turn 4.
Yes.
So we're back with the hero phase for Bonesplitterz turn 4. Start of the hero phase, so for my turn 4, my battle tactic will be bring it down. I'm going to target the Glotkin, because it is a monster, and I will try and vanquish said monster at the end of the turn. Moving on, so I've got my heroic action to do, so I think what's going to happen, there's not much that's going to happen to be fair. I'm going to, yeah, there really isn't too much for me to do actually.
You've got 3 spell casters.
Yeah, so I can't do anything with spell castings
Or do you want to release his mask?
I am actually going to release mask, but this is before. This is before that. I'll just try and generate an extra CP because I gain another CP going up to 2, I believe. I will try and generate CP with the Wardock over here. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Nice. Gem.
And I'll try and, well, it's either heal or gain a CP. So either way, it's a tricky trap. I just need to get that combat thing in. So I reckon the mask is going to help. The Great Unclean One will try and gain a CP on a 2+.
Hey,
he did.
Nice.
I'm on 1 CP, but only him can send it.
Okay, so here we go, guys. By tapping into the power of this mask, the wearer can shoot deadly green bolts from their eyes, but if they stare too long, their head may explode. So here we go. Instead of attempting to spell and then spell casting spells, you can pick 1 enemy unit within 12. Glotkin.
Hello, Glotkin.
Pick one enemy unit 12. Visible roll dice. On a 3+, you suffer D3 mortal wounds. Yes, you suffer 3 mortal wounds.
Right.
Okay.
I'm on 3.
Nice. If you wish, you can say that this unit will continue staring at the enemy unit. If you do so, roll additional dice. Yes, you suffer another D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds.
If you can imagine the Pokemon when it's on 1 HP,
Yeah. But on a 1 or 2, I suffer D6. You can keep rolling dice this way until the enemy unit is destroyed, this unit is destroyed, or you decide to stop. Have I decided to stop? No,
can
I
you
haven't.
target a different unit?
No.
So you're only going to stare at him really long?
Correct.
Oof.
So I'm going to stare at him again. No, I suffer 6 mortal wounds. That's fine. So 4, 5, 6. 4 upward. So I take 4 wounds. Okay. But he's not done. He's going to keep staring.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, he's going to die. He's totally worth it. 2 mortal wounds.
So he suffers D6 to himself?
So he takes 2 more wounds. Yeah, he suffers 2 more wounds. He's up to 6. He's got 1 left. I'm going to keep staring. I just want to kill it. Yes, okay. And whatever I roll, 1 mortal wound. Gumsmoke Skull Splitter almost has its head pop, but
he stares really hard at the Glotkin. The Glotkin ceases to exist.
Absolutely.
Almost like a Thanos click.
Yeah. So he's going to dance. He's going to try and heal himself. No, he's going to try and weird dance himself. He doesn't. No, he's too scared. So no weird dance. That's the end of the start of the hero phase. Weird sentence. Spell. 1 spell from this fellow. He's just going to try an Arcane Bolt. No, he fails. There we go. We're going to go straight on to movement. It's going to be
too focused on dancing.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's literally just going to retreat and move 5 out of combat. And be like, run away. And at the end of the hero phase, the Ravnax will move. It will move 11. And basically just get in the way a little bit and clip your guys over here. You fly, actually. I'll just hit the sloppy.
Does it not hit flyers?
It does. 6, 9, 11. I'm going to put it all into the sloppy. Yeah. 3 mortal wounds.
Disgustingly resilient.
No, 1.
He only takes 1 bite from
Nice.
the Ravenex smashing doors.
Very cool. And then I'm going to do some more movement. We'll just show you how it all kind of ends up, I think. Cool. So end of the movement phase, you can see all the boars have run 12. Well, not run, but they've moved 12 to be outside of 3 of the Plague Bearers. The archers have moved up 5 to get all their weapons in range of the Plague Bearer as well. This guy moved 5, the Big Stabber, to have a 10-inch charge. The Savage Boys have retreated from combat just to save themselves this turn. And of course, my very brave Warlock has retreated out of combat as well, just to get out of dodge. Going straight into shooting, we've got these fellows are going to shoot at the Plague Bearers. I am going to spend a CP for +1 to hit.
So hit on 5s.
So they hit on 5s. Back to their regular scheduled programming. Hitting on 5s, 6s explode. Okay, so we're looking at 3 additional hits, which I'll just add these in, and then, okay, didn't help too much. 4s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. 4 5-up saves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. 2.
Disgustingly resilient. I am for 1. I'll just take this guy back here.
Sweet. That's my shooting. So go straight onto the charge phase. The Big Stabber's going to charge. Needs a 10. We know it. We love it. It fails it. I'm not going to re-roll that.
Okay.
The Boar Boys with the wounds on them are going to charge. Getting a 7, so that I'll move them in.
Mm-hmm. And you'll roll for the other one?
Yeah, might as well. And then the far unit gets an 8.
Okay,
Cool.
that's fine. As the command point can only be spent from the
Great and clean.
Great and Clean one, I did redeploy him 2 inches up there.
Fair
I think I was saving it for the all-out defense, but he can't issue it because he's not within range, so yeah, just going back. And we're just going to go into combat now with some Savage Boar Boys attacking some Plague Bearers.
The wounded ones, and they're going to all-out attack, because then I at least get my normal standard hitting.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're hitting on 4s. Sorry, I'm hitting on 3s, can +2 to hit, because of +1 for charging, and +1 for all-out attack.
Okie dokie.
So hitting on 3s, 6s. Ooh, okay. Wounding on 3s. So we've got 1 mortal and 2 saves. No rend.
The saves are 5 up. Nope.
So 3 damage total.
3 disgustingly resilient. Saved 1. So 2 Plague Bearers do succumb to madness.
And then I've got the boar attacks. So they're hitting on 4s now because they only get +. Oh no, 3s still because of all that attack as well. So we that was close.
So you hit on 3s. So you hit on 4s.
+2 to hit because +1 for charging and +1 for all out attack for my last CP. So I get 2 6s in there. Wounding on 3s, 6s are great. So we have 1 mortal and 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds.
8 saves. Oh, tanked it a bit.
Yeah, nice.
And how many mortals?
1 mortal, mate.
Disgustingly resilient.
2
only take 2.
Nice. Really
we'll
cool.
take it from this side.
I've just had a horrible thought, guys.
Yeah.
I'm checking. Oh god, I hope I haven't mucked this up. Doing it live. Oh, I've gone way too far. I'm just checking the Icebone War Clan. Oh, whew, I didn't know if the mortal wounds were on mounts weapons as well.
Okay.
But they are. That's fine. That's fine. Good.
It's all about the boars anyway.
Yeah.
It's not about the orcs.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Boar clans.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll be striking with the only unit I've got in combat, which is them.
Yep.
I don't have any CPs to spend, so we're just going to see what we can attack. I'm going to try and put as many as I can into the units that I'm in range of.
Makes sense.
So 8 attacking over here, 7 attacking over here, but the champion's attacking the banner unit.
Yep.
So needing 4s to hit.
Which in this unit
This is the one that hasn't attacked yet.
Yeah, okay.
For 3 wounds.
Nice. 5 up save, because no rend. I fail all 3. War paint, I'd like to make one of these. No, you kill a boar.
Can we take this one?
Yes, please. Thank you, sir. Then another 8 attacks into the other side, the other unit.
Yes, that did actually matter. I did take some attacks away, including the boar's attacks.
Absolutely.
So 33 hits on the other unit.
Okay.
And 2 wounds.
So 5 up save. I make both, fair enough.
Oh yeah, obviously that's how it works.
Yeah, of course. That is how it works. So I'll get some dice for the 4 remaining other boys over there. This is the other boards attacking.
Yeah.
So the four guys on top. So they're hitting on 4s now, because they get +1 to hit for the charge, but that's it. And then wounding on 3s. So
If they get
3s.
Yeah, +1 to hit and -1 to hit.
1 mortal and 3 saves.
3 saves of 5 ups.
Nice,
Tank
so
2,
two.
and then a mortal plus a save to no. So another 2 do bite the proverbial dust. I'll take it
Consistency.
from interesting. That's ball boy time.
Ball boy time, hitting on 4s. Oh, they're tired. To be fair, they've been doing some work this game, so I can understand they're tired. 3s to wound. So 2 mortals and 2 saves.
2 saves of 5 up. Nope.
So
and then
4
4 mortals
damage.
for disgustingly resilient, and they are
3 more
disgusting.
dead.
So 2 more.
3 more dead.
Oh, that's a 4.
Yeah.
Damn it. 3 more. Yes. And I'll just check if you've taken the objective of me.
So, going into bravery, I did lose 1 boar. Nope, they're fine.
And I lost 9 plague bearers. They're bravery 9.
Bravery 10.
But I don't think you have more than 7 boars. So let's see how many run. 3.
So 2
that's
flee.
2 flee.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll remove them, and then it'll be over to priority roll.
Yeah, geez, it will be.
There are still 8 plague bearers, and there were only 6 orcs in range, so you don't take that point from me.
Nope.
So tallying up the scores,
Okay.
you hold 1 and scored your battle tactic.
I did, and I scored my battle tactic. I don't actually hold 1, to be fair, mate.
You do. You hold
Oh yeah, the
in
middle
your
one. Yeah, so I hold 1, and I scored my battle tactic, and I killed a monster. So I get 4 points, bringing me to 20 points total. To Nick's 16, going into the last battle round of the game. Shall we roll it off live, sir?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Okay.
Priority.
Yeah.
It's an important one because I need to do some things in this round.
I don't think I did my wounds to you here with the raven eggs. Oh, I did. It
did
was
it to
Sloppity. Yeah,
Sloppity.
Sloppity. Sorry. Yeah. Here we go.
It's a 3
It's
to
a
fill
6.
6.
Oh,
do you want to take it?
Yeah, I'll definitely take it. So, start of the hero phase, turn 5. We've got some things to do. We were just chatting off camera, and it seems pretty clear cut. I think from this point onwards, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I was actually saying I'm okay to concede here, but yeah, we want to play it out because if Phil doesn't, well, he'll take the objective for sure. He doesn't.
Yeah.
But it's whether or not he wants to get the battle tactic.
Correct, which is broken ranks, by the way.
And we also have some, and
We've got some interesting things to do.
yeah. So I think it's definitely a clear win, but I want to play it out for Phil's sake.
Well, we'll just play this turn.
Because I'm on what a 16.
16 to my 20. It depends if I can kill the plague bearers and get the battle tactic.
Yeah.
And that's what will kind of really cinch it.
Yeah.
So we'll play out this turn 5. Sorry, I keep saying turn 4. Turn 5. So, and we're going to try Hail Mary and try and kill the Great Unclean One with staring with my 1 wound left Wargog Prophet, who's actually...
To also deny me Slay the Warlord.
Yeah, exactly. So what we'll do, we'll go into it. So broken ranks is my battle tactic. I need to, I'm going to do heroic recovery to try and recover some wounds because I don't need the CP. Bravery, unsure. Let's have a quick look. We're doing
Checking it live.
We're doing it live with this brand new spangly book. Let's have a look. Oh, bravery 8. Okay, so he heals D3. 2. So he goes up to 3 wounds. All right, cool.
I will do heroic intervention. No, heroic
That's D&D.
magical
Divine
properties.
intervention.
Basically, Sloppy the Balpo is going to try and unbind the endless spell,
Nice.
which he fails because he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's like told, "Hey, to turn that endless spell," and he shook his staff at it, and it did nothing.
Yeah. The Warlock's going to dance and be like, I am the dancing king. Dances like that is really weird. But I don't know what he's dancing for, but he failed anyway.
I want
think
a 1. I think he deserved
I
it.
think that was, I deserved a 1.
If he was on 1 wound, I would say that he danced so hard that he fell over, broke his leg, and died.
Yeah, 100%. So, other start of the hero phase things, I'm going to start staring at that damn Great Unclean One.
Well, actually, can we turn him around a sec? So you're not staring at his
I
butthole.
don't know what I prefer, really.
You've been turning around the whole day, folks, because positioning on that hill.
Yeah, precarious at best. Okay, so on a 3+, here we go. You ready for this, guys? Yes. you suffer 1 mortal wound.
Shrug it on a 5.
You do. He's not content with this, so I'm gonna keep staring on a 3-up. Yes, you take 3 mortal wounds.
Which I shrug on 5s. I
2.
take 2 of them.
Okay.
So I'm down to 12.
Right, okay, so does he stop there? No, he's gonna do it again. 3-up. No, okay, he suffers 1 mortal wound. Does he shrug? He does. So what does this mean? He's gonna keep staring.
What does the stare actually look like?
So 3-up. Yes, you suffer 2 mortal wounds.
Which I shrug
Yeah.
on 5s.
So
I go down to 11.
But he's not done.
He does have flame weapons.
Yeah. But he's not done. He's going to keep going. He's getting a bit red now, even though he's green. So on a 3-up. Yes, you suffer 2 mortal wounds. 2.
That's a double 1. Down to 9.
Nice. Okay. It's not over. Let's just keep going. 3-up. Okay. Suffering. I take 4 mortal wounds. Does Gubb's heads explode? No, he's down to 1 rune remaining.
That's what he was on earlier.
Which means he's going to keep staring on a 3-up. No! He takes 3 mortal wounds. He's dead. Okay, fine.
So, what this has achieved is he was trying to
Absolutely
kill my
nothing.
Great Unclean One to score an additional CP. Sorry, an additional victory point. But what he has done in turn is denied me Slay the Warlord.
Yeah.
Which I also denied Phil earlier in this game.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, true. So, I mean, I've got 1 spell to cast, and he's going to Mystic Shield himself and then get out of dodge. He fails.
Did he dance, or did he fail that as well?
He failed the dance.
He
as well.
failed the dance with a 1 and fell over. So
Yeah.
what he's actually doing is he's not paying attention to dancing, he's paying attention to get out of there.
Absolutely ridiculous. So I'll
Flinging spells behind him but not doing anything.
Is it worth just doing a rally just for stuffs and giggles? Nah, I'm going to save it for all out attacks. So I'm just going to move away. For them, they're going to stay there and be like, oh, this is our objective. Look at it.
Are they actually moving?
Actually, I have the objective there, don't I?
Yeah.
So no,
Okay.
because then you don't redeploy.
End of the magic phase. End of the movement phase. This will
suppose
move
you should
again
do a
and do
sting.
some damage.
I tell you what,
Going
mate, it's actually been
60,
pretty good.
and it's that many dices.
Yeah.
That many dice
I'm-
you
I'm-
roll for 6s. I actually rate that. How much was it?
55 points.
That's-
it's not bad. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was. So that's 16 dice. 3, 6.
Going
9,
after Sloppity
12,
Bile Piper.
13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, after the old Sloppity, I'll roll it here. Nothing. Well, it's not that good then.
Okay. I think I should spend a CP
Okay.
to remain in the game, and I'm going to roll 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15
Nice.
dice
Do a rally.
and rally them back.
Nice. Here we go. 12 dice to rally on the Plague Bearers.
I get
1.
1.
1 back. Fair enough. 1. Piper comes Book. Hello. Nice.
Keeping coherency.
Yeah, fair
There's a
enough.
random coherency problem
Fair
there.
enough. So we'll go on to some movement, and basically this is the only part that matters. Everything's going to move up and try and charge and all the jazz, and shoot at them, shoot at the Plague Bearers. So here we go. End of the movement phase. You can see everything surged forward to try and get into these Plague Bearers. These archers are going to open fire. I'm going to spend 1 CP going down to 1 for all out attacks. I'm hitting on 4s because you're under 10. I think that's still the rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
I believe so. So hitting on 4s now. 6s are great.
Oh, let's check that.
Yeah, please.
That is correct.
Cool, so I'll add another dice in for the 6, because the Spirit of Gork and Morka. Force to wound, so we're looking at 4 saves, no rend.
5 up.
5 up.
Save 2. Disgustingly resilient. No mortal wounds.
No mortals, because it's ranged.
So
one
one die bites
Fair
the dust. One guy bites the dust. This
Yeah.
guy.
Going on to the charge phase, I've got the big stabber to charge in. So, need a big numbies. An 8 might do it-ish. We'll have to measure. So, I'm going to do the big unit of boar boys that got touched by Nick's general and then not touched again for the rest of the game.
Don't mention my general. I'll do all that defense though.
Yeah, fair enough. So hitting on 4s now, because you're not -1 to hit, and I'm not pluses. Oh, I am, yeah, all out attack, sorry, so hitting on 3s. So the 6s are 2 hit. May have done that wrong last turn, because I had 4 boars left on the other unit. or 3 balls or whatever left on the other unit, just FYI. So I may have been...
I don't think you actually plus that many attacks to that unit because he flubbed quite hard.
Fair enough. 4s to wound, 6s are great. So note we've got 4 saves. 4 up.
Of 4 up. Fail 2, so 2 disgustingly resilient. 1 more bites to dust.
1 more dies. And then I'll do the balls from that unit. Hitting on 4s. 6s, 3s because of all out attack. Must remember that. 2 6s. 4s to wound, 6s are mortal. So we're looking at 3 mortals and 6 saves.
6 saves of 4 plus. Oh.
Ooh, that was... And then plus
how many
3,
mortals?
plus 3 mortals.
So, 1, 2, 3 mortals.
That was a hefty hit.
So only 3, 6, 2, 4. That's the unit
That's
dead.
the unit, okay.
Battle
fair enough.
tactic achieved.
Yep. So basically what that means is at the end of this turn, I'm going to get hold 1, hold 2, hold more, because I still hold this objective down here and I've just taken this one. And I also get broken ranks for 2.
For 5,
so 5 total. And I think that's it actually, isn't it?
And you burn it for 1.
I burn it for 1, so
you're on
6 points.
So you go to 26.
To 16.
And I am on 16.
You're on 16.
And I can't score 10 points in 1 battle round.
Which is going to be difficult, but yeah, you're right.
But yeah, let's go and do a post game, Phil, because I'm happy to. I was happy to concede earlier, but I just wanted you to roll some more dice.
Thanks.
And the achievement we've unlocked today is Bonesplittterz still have a place in AOS 3
I actually really rate Icebone. I rate Icebone.
with 6s
I really
to
do.
explode.
Yeah, with
And,
Spirit of Walker.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. And that's it. That's the end of the game. It is a Bonesplitterz victory. Didn't see that coming, if I'm honest.
Yes, admittedly, I think Girk moved a little bit too far forward on that left flank,
Maybe.
giving up that objective, basically just teetering it on. Because I think if you would have been within range, you wouldn't have sent your ball. You sent the balls around there, but you wouldn't have taken it, and it would have made either Girk try and split my forces. It's like a distraction. Getting 30 corruption points is no easy task, so I'm happy to do that
Yeah, well
today.
done.
Could have been an extra grey and clean one for Phil to deal with. But sadly I only own one, so...
I mean, you had any form of healing, you saw how I just couldn't deal with the big guy.
yeah,
just couldn't
he
deal with
sticks around,
Yeah.
but I prefer him with the bell
Yeah, I do
for like in the movement.
That utility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see how people are playing like a flaming weapon with the sword on him. Was happy to play out this as it was. Like I knew I was on the back foot, but I think the double turn that you took from 2 to 3,
Yeah.
even though I destroyed an objective, I should have maybe destroyed one of mine.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I should have destroyed one of my back ones, but it would have still allowed Phil to be score 1, score more.
Yeah.
So it only really affected me later.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, pushing it, like the double turns really are impactful, but sometimes they're not so much. Like early game, it's like, okay, I score 5, like you score 5.
I mean, you had the double turn from, well, not the double turn, but the priority from, well, yeah, the double turn from 1 to 2.
Yeah, which is,
But then-
like, do you take the double turn early? Because knowing...
But then also, War, for Bonesplitterz, just completely blunts any damage output you're going to do, because
Yeah,
that 4 up
it's
wall for
barely
the entire
disgustingly
army.
resilient, yeah.
Yeah, just one phase, but it can make all the difference in the combat phase, it really can.
Especially when you're in combat that time.
Yeah,
like-
absolutely. But yeah, Warlord dying quite early on.
Yeah, I was
Shame.
a bit... I don't know what I knew what I was doing with the flies, which was trying to get over there. And I was thinking about his command ability, which allows me to double move.
Yeah.
So being within range of the grey and clean one allows their movement to be 11... double to 16 with the command
Yeah.
ability, then plus 3. If Phil would have been pushing forward, but just like giving me that chance, I could have just flown straight over the back lines
Yep.
and maybe gone for the archers and then taken that objective. But yeah, I kind of threw him away. But the
shouldn't have
command
done.
ability
Let's-
wouldn't have mattered much because of how AOS 3 and
True.
the snow stacking, what's it called?
Save stacking?
No, not save stacking. The
To hit modifiers?
Yeah, the ability stacking. So it's not like both things happen, it's whoever's rolling the dice, which seems a bit niche.
And that was a big thing this game as well, actually. The ability triggers, you not getting some of your army rules just because of how the rules are now.
Yeah.
Like, because I hit on 6s, I do something. If I wound on 6s, I do something. And that's what Nick has, or Nurgle.
I have like a defensible way, so like 6 is this, or 6 is that.
Yeah, but if the controlling, as it says, if the controlling player or the rolling player gets to choose which triggered effect happens.
And there's a lot of armies out there. I'd say like 70% of armies out there have abilities, or either innately or through buffs, that do that.
Not a fan of that.
But we'll see with the changes to Nurgle possibly coming around the corner where they go with this. I feel like they're going to go heavy into the priest department. So that it links up with how Skaven, the Nurgle play with Skaven, because they're all about priests and stuff.
That's very true.
But yeah, it was still a good game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it was a long one again.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way I was able to push through with points was putting Gurk and the Great Unclean One forward, possibly trying to achieve a Savage Spearhead with 2 monsters, which would have got me an additional 1 for having 2 monsters in your territory, but pushing through that unit of 30 orcs, which is 60 wounds.
Yeah, I mean, you almost did it.
Yeah, I mean, I nearly did it, but like it wasn't quite enough push, and I think it was the mask that did it. Because obviously
I'm going to be honest, he probably would have died anyway.
Yeah, he would have died.
It would have been a close game, because I would have had to bring Boars back to actually deal with him and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mask was hilarious, and it's just fun. It's just a bit of fun, that one. Could die, so... Oh, Endless Spell, stopping...
Yeah, that was really good, this game. Like, I think we've played Burning Head before, and I've said to Phil about bringing the Endless Spells back into the game, because they have so much more activity now.
Yeah, and I didn't disagree.
Like Burning Head, what else have we tried? I think we've built a list with Shackles, I just haven't run it yet. But that's really good now, which is like, you can't run near it, so you basically go, this is mine, you can't get through it unless you're going to fly over it or something.
I really rate the big base ones though, for purely what just happened this game.
Yeah.
I actually quite like that a lot. As soon as I saw that I could do that and stop the battle tactic, I was like, oh yeah, that's totally happening.
I mean, it was a roll of a 3d6, so you did need to get high, but you did have a task for it, which is go around here and try and do some more wounds to Gurk, and then it just so happened it fitted in that spot.
Yep.
But yeah, like, I was going to run Flaming Skull this game, but I wanted the Triumph.
Yeah.
So that's what I went for. But yeah, maybe one turn earlier, getting those drones, might have been able to push into Phil's back line.
Having some flyers and...
being able to like move a little bit further.
It's a load of wounds to deal with again.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
and they're just so good. But yeah, maybe trying some different... Like, let's face it, the Nurgle Mortals focus point for the abilities is on a 2+, they explode and do mortal wound, is a bit meh.
It is.
But if it was more like how the Stormcast, when they die, the new Stormcast ability, which when they die they sort of thunderbolt out.
Oh yeah,
that's an interesting mechanic. You roll a dice for each wound on it.
More mechanics like that. I do like that, I must admit.
But we'll see how it goes forward. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that, Phil. I'm happy to have another game, keeping the channel going.
Yeah, absolutely.
And bringing more battle reports to you.
Oh, one thing I did want to say. It's actually a big difference having Savage Boys and Ball Boys at a 5-up save base.
Yes.
I didn't think it was going to be that big. I was happy that it happened. I was like, yes, finally.
The wording on it as well.
But then I was like, oh, they have a 5-up save. No, it's just they have a 5-up save.
Yeah, but it changes because they have a shield,
and
don't they? Instead of being a 6-up, it's a 5-up.
Correct. So it's a characteristic of 5-up.
Which
makes a big difference.
Yeah, especially for AOS3 without save. Well, not save stacking. The only way that save stacking works is against Rend at the moment, which people are noticing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of -1 Rend that now is obsolete because of the way of Mystic Shield, All Out Defense, and any other save buffs.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of that either. But it's not a game deal breaker. Just maybe it gets tweaked at some point in the future, because I don't like the whole stacking saves to be nigh unkillable. I think it slows the game down and things should die.
Yes.
But yeah, the new book is great. This was the Bonesplitterz section of it. You will see the Crawl Boys at some point. You already know I'm doing them. When they're painted, guys. When they're painted.
Path to glory.
Yeah, and I actually really enjoyed playing Cruel Boys. I played a couple of offline unpainted games. Really fun. But yeah, I thought I'd take the Bonesplitterz out and see if they were as bad as everyone's saying. Still not sure. I think they're okay though. I think they're okay. I had a lot of fun playing them, to be fair though. But that's all from me. So if you did like this video, please drop us a like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon, because it actually does really help the channel out. And of course, if you did want to go the extra mile, there is the Patreon as well. Just, you know, that's always there. It's in the description if you want to check it out. So yeah.
And there are bonuses for the tiers of Patreon.
A couple of little tiers you can get to, you know. But yeah, that's all from me, mate. So.
And it's all for me as well.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more content.
Yep. Happy wargaming.
Hopefully Path to glory.
Yay! Soon, hopefully. Hopefully soon. Peace.
Bye!